Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. It's another trucking day, and it's December. Welcome to December. Yeah, we're going to be kicking off the month and kicking off the week with yet another trucking stream, as is custom for Mondays. I got some interesting stuff in the pipe planned for this week. Oh my god, it literally just occurred to me. I didn't even put up a stream schedule for this week. Oops. It's fine. I'll get that out probably later tonight or tomorrow. We'll find out. But yeah, I do have some interesting ideas. Yeah, should be fun. But yeah, for today, we're going to be trucking, and it's going to be a vibe, as is usual. Yeah, excited for that. Let's do it. Wonderful. Welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Let me get the music going. Yeah. I love my tunes. Hi. I literally just got my wheel set up, so excuse me. Yeah, very last minute. Apologies, we are a little bit late today. College stuff's kicking my ass, but we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work come hell or high water, especially for trucking. We've got a lot of stuff to go through. First of all, Ellie, thank you for the 3 months. Holy shit. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Just going through everyone. Hello, Ellie. Hello, Bogdy. Hello, Linktwig. Hello, Limefox. Hello, Soblo. Hello, Sylvia. Oh, first message. Shit. Awesome. Welcome. Hello, Amber. And I think it's everyone. Oh, no. Hello, Rin. Hello. Welcome. Wonderful. All right. I think I'm missing a couple things. Does Terminal have lore? Can't speak on that right now. Rent lowering username girl, as is customary. Ari, this is the 8th week in a row you showed ETS2 for show and tell. And I will keep doing it until morale improves. Hello, were you debating on what username to call me? Yes. Because I don't know if I could say that. I don't know if Twitch likes if I say that. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Freeplay. Welcome. Anything else? Okay, to watch a sloppy truck-on-truck action. That, I mean, you missed... no, you were here for Jamboree, I'm pretty sure. That was basically what Jamboree was. There's a lot of sloppy truck-on-truck action going on there. But yeah, right. We are trucking today, once again. It's going to be a great time. So to give you an out, but PGHP Baker sounds like I'm a Harry Potter fan. We can't have that. That would actually be worse. Like, demonstrably worse. There's a lot of truck action on me, for sure. Yeah. One could say. I have been saying that stream would make incredible video material. Probably needs an adult label for some of it. But we ball. Alright, let's get the game launched. Oh my god, shut the asterisk up. Beautiful. Yeah, it's the unfortunate side effect of using experimental speech to text. Hold on, speech to text to speech. Yes, that's what that is. Ordinarily, Ivy would communicate through just regular TTS, but that's not really an option if you're trying to drive a truck in parallel. we have actually been looking at engineering a slightly better solution for that. But that takes a bit of time, and we did not have that. I'd love to like contribute my own time to that, honestly, because that's an accessibility tech issue, which is something I am quite passionate about. But I'm not super well versed in how both speech to text and text to speech models work. But I unfortunately just don't have the hours to dedicate to that at this time. I'm hoping I would have more time in the future, but maybe next college semester will be better. We'll find out. Oh, the game's decided to launch at like Game Boy resolution again. The fuck? Weird. This could literally run on a Raspberry Pi because it's pushing out no fucking pixels. Generally wonder how well something like a stenography machine would be to type with. Oh. Interesting thought. Yeah. It's a good question. I would argue that like you probably should have both hands available for driving at all times, even if you need to communicate. So like an idea that just came to mind is I know that there's this experimental like mobile keyboard that like completely does away with QWERTY layouts in favor for something else. It's a very experimental layout. It hasn't seen a whole lot of adoption. I only learned about it kind of recently, but it's pretty cool. But even that, like, that only really has a touchscreen implementation. It's kind of built for swipe gestures, and that's probably not going to work well in a driving context either. I feel like a lot of the point is not looking at your phone while driving. Okay, I may need to do something slightly experimental here. This game just, for some reason, flat fucking refuses to launch in an appropriate resolution, and I am not sure why. Ordinarily, I'd just be able to restart and it'd be fine, but I may actually need to, like, navigate tiny-ass menus or figure something else out. I have a strange feeling this is some Proton bug. I might have to, like, switch down a Proton version or something. I want to switch to the native Linux version, honestly, because ETS 2 does have one, but as far as I'm aware, the Linux version is void of VR functionality, which, you know, when I want to play VR, I don't really want to go switching Proton versions just to do that. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, I'm sure... Oh, here we are. It has launched correctly. I'm sure native Linux is fine. I'm pretty sure that's what I originally used. Oh, it has... Okay, two completely polar opposite messages there. That's funny. But it straight up didn't go to my resolution when I tried it. Oh, fun. Yeah, my issue is I'm pretty sure it strips out all of the OpenXR support, which is kind of a deal breaker. Right. Here we are. We are back. Let me quickly go back through some messages here because I missed a few things. There's a bunch of open source software available for those, including open hardware. Interesting. I mean, true, but lane assist plus A plus D, or sorry, lane assist plus A and D means you can probably truck while typing. Does feel a bit cheesy. Or if you have a wheel, I personally drive with one hand anyway. My non-dom will light. Does have to use it to drink. Yeah, Ivy does not have a wheel yet, so that wouldn't be viable. Yeah, and I'd imagine the typing hand is probably using the thumbsticks. That's probably not going to work. Oh yeah, phrasing. 50 pixel Eurochuck. Yeah, that's totally workable. I usually do GE Proton to get it to work because the native version sucks. For me, it's just full of memory leaks, and so if I drive for more than an hour, it starts to drop frames. It feels really laggy. I didn't have frame drops in normal normal gameplay, but I did have a bunch while doing Convoy, and I wonder, does that have something to do with Proton? Hard to say. I don't think... Did we even have Windows users? We might have had like a few. Yeah, no, because I think Ivy would have been on Windows. Claire is probably Windows. I don't know if they had memory leak issues. It might have just been Linux people. Interesting thought. I was extremely lucky, I guess. For flat screen, maybe it is generally fine. But the VR, the lack of VR is kind of a killer for me. So, is what it is. I don't know if ATS 2, but ATS literally doesn't even boost on my system under the native builds. That sucks. That's miserable. So it's really better for me to run it non-native with my 3050 Ti. Now I'm curious about whether or not you could use one of the stenography softwares on an MMO mouse like the Corsair one with 21 plus keys. Very interesting thought. Yeah. All right. Let's get back to it. We purposely did not save a whole lot of progress from the convoy because that probably would have set me back spectacularly, especially towards the end when I was so tired and bored and delirious that we were just racking up literal millions in debt. But it's fine. We're not doing that anymore. Where is my trailer, though? I might still be, like, not anywhere near Amsterdam right now by my last save. I think I'm somewhere, like, middle of Germany. So I'm probably going to have to quick travel for that. To where my trailer is. We'll find out. Oh, yeah, don't worry about nerding out about it. Again, like I said, it's an accessibility problem, which is something that I'm fairly passionate about as well. Yeah, my trailer isn't here. So let's get that somewhere where I can use it. Spawn your garage in Amsterdam. Cool. I'm not driving all the way to Amsterdam just to get my trailer. I am going to quick travel for that one, but oh, for fuck's sake, the goddamn face. That is going to haunt me forever. Right. I did get an interesting suggestion earlier. Apparently, Ivy, who is like already sitting pretty at like €500,000 in the bank, has apparently gotten most of the way there by just hiring other drivers. So I'm wondering, would it be a good idea to hire a driver and just like get them a truck? The real question is, can I afford to expend that? Because I have to pay the driver, of course. I'm not buying a used truck. I just can't fucking risk that. Not anymore. I don't know what the general market is for the different kinds of trucks is a thing as well. Let's look at buy online. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, no, we're not traveling. Trusted customers only. You need to own at least 5 trucks before you can buy online. Okay, we'll look at the used market for reference. Wow, it's pricey if you're going for anything other than a beater. Not great. Pretty sure my truck costs like 0.1 mil at least. Interesting. Would like to get a driver in though, because from what I understand, they're basically just a money farm. And that'll help me get a whole lot of money up while being able to just like, you know, fairly leisurely truck from there. Very interesting that I've not slept during that quick travel. That's interesting. So is there a reason I'm not like at my rest stop? What's that about? Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah, I also need to thinking of it. Oh, why is my trailer here instead of my garage? Whatever, who cares? I'd also need to actually buy a new garage in order to actually no, I don't need to buy a new garage. I can upgrade my existing one. But I need to look at how much that's going to cost. In any case, I need the space to actually house this other driver and their vehicle, so that's going to be a consideration. So let's have a gander at how much that's going to cost me. Just wheel on in over here. Oh, it's still green. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I do not want to get stopped there, of all places. Does CTS2's OST have like an official release on streaming services? It's possible there's a Steam DLC. Worst case scenario, I don't know, Google. I feel like it should be available. It's a nice OST. Okay, so they were lying when they said it ain't much, but it's home. Let's see. Yeah, so I can't put anyone else in here right now, but I can upgrade it later. I need like almost double my money. What do I loan for that? I don't know if that's a good idea. How much can I loan? Like what would that look like for me? I would need to loan like a bit. How much did it say again? Like 160 grand or something for an upgrade? You know, I think it's doable. And then we just like truck a shitload. Yeah, you know, fuck it. I'm gonna send it. Because I do want to at least see how this looks. I still don't have enough! That's so fucked. That's actually so fucked. Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do then. In that case, let's go to the cargo market. We get to use our brand new trailer in single player, where it'll actually matter. 16 grand. Oh, baby. That's really good. That's really, really good. I'm so taking that. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, we were quite limited before because we had to like make sure everyone else is able to do deliveries. Now it's just like, hey, I got my cargo, my cargo trailer. We are good to go. I could just take the best jobs available to me, and that is a very nice job. Let's go all the way to Deutschland to bring some stuff. I got trailer damage? What did I get damaged on? The fuck? I have no idea. Okay, whatever. So full of DLC, ATS SnowRunner and ETS 2. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking DLC for this game in particular. I'm like not going to really look into any of it except the Ireland one when it releases, but like aside from the Irish one, I'm going to wait until I've actually like explored everywhere else. Wait until I've done my European travels, and then I'll get into DLC stuff, more than likely. I don't know, is there any, like, really interesting DLC in terms of, like, truck stuff? Probably truck cosmetics, honestly. But then again, I'd probably find more interest in what the modding scene has to give in terms of truck cosmetics, so I'm not that pressed. Got the trucktism, huge. Aw, please go green. I don't want to wait in another red at this time of hour. This time of night. Whatever. Shit. I guess we're waiting again. Oh, there it is. Cage Insider rips. Hey, look, if they're not going to give you anything else, like, it's better than nothing, right? It's an option. That's my kind of like MO with stuff. It's like you make it available, ideally on a service that's like actually like decent and not shit, or I'm just going to rip it from somewhere else. I feel like that's a pretty reasonable thing to do. 15 tons of motorcycles. Fragile, high value, standard delivery. That's a good price though. That's a really good price. Let's do it. All right. Do I even lose XP if I do that? Oh, I don't think I do. Yeah. I think I lose XP if I get lazy on like the delivery part, but I think for parking in, I could just kind of send it. Ooh, I'm just gonna quickly roll over here. Don't mind me. Cool, we're back. We're back on the road. It feels good to be back. Oh good, it's a broken light. That means I can ignore it. I know how to yield, don't you worry. Actually go here. Blaze past the green light. Breaking the speed limit, but it's, you know, it's literally midnight in game. I don't think I'm gonna crash into anyone. Fuck! Another red! Aww. Whatever, we ball. DLC for different missions, heavy cargo. Oh, I don't have heavy cargo. Interesting. I think there's official DLC for special convoys too. Interesting. A bunch of those too, although I end up hauling a bunch of bromine anyway using a container trailer. I am very excited to get a container trailer later when I can afford to. Because I would very much like to do cargo missions with extremely hazardous materials. I think it'd be very funny. It's also funny because, like, the joke is that I'm, like, a terrible driver, but, like, I'm actually very careful to not damage this truck as much as I can. Because I don't feel like paying for it. I just realized I've not slept. Good thing this is a standard delivery. To be fair, I would have missed out on the motorcycle offer if I did, most likely, so... Oh no, would I? I think I still had like 20-something hours. I totally could have slept. Damn it. Whatever. We ball. Oh yeah, on the notes of college stuff, machine learning is an interesting subject. I already discussed that last stream, how that was kind of kicking my ass. It is continuing to kick my ass, but thankfully we're doing like the very last assignments that we have for it, so we can kind of be done with it after that. I'm in an interesting position on that front. I feel like, despite not having a whole lot of understanding of the subject previously, I have actually learned quite a bit through independent research. Standard lecture materials have not actually been very helpful at all. But by doing like my own research on the subject, I have like come to understand a lot of how at least the stuff that, you know, we're... Oh, I go on a pull in here. The stuff that we're supposed to be taught works, so that's great. Oh, and I'll pull in here too. There's a rest stop just ahead, I think. Oh, shit. Nope, come back. I need to fuel up. Thank you. Yeah, so, okay. I don't know if there's any, like, huge math and or machine learning heads in here tonight, but the thing we're currently doing is polynomial regression. And the best way to describe it is we are taking a, like the algorithm, not the algorithm, we're taking the function of a curve with all of its parameters, and we're essentially trying to like massage that curve's parameters in such a way where the curve is like a best fit, a best generic fit for the data set that we've got. So like, in theory, this is as like a simple visualization. I can't give you a visualization, so I'm going to try and do it as best I can in very descriptive English. How much time do I have, by the way, now that I've done that? Oh, I'm so fine. 5.5 hour drive, they expected an 11. Easy peasy. That sleep was worth it. And a fuel up. This is going to be so easy. Very good. Yeah, so let's say the most simple machine learning algorithm you can get is something that will take in a single value and try and predict what an output for that value will be. So, I don't know, example that came to mind just now. Let's say your input is a volume in decibels and you're trying to predict a Y output. So that's like, I don't know, the percentage of people whose ears hurt after listening to something of that volume, right? A very, very simple example for a very, very simple model, so it makes sense. The idea is you're trying to... You start with like a pure basic curve that's basically a line, and you're tweaking the parameters. We'd call them the weights. If you've like touched off surface level machine learning stuff, you're probably aware of weights and bias, at least as terms. That's where they come in. They modify the line, the curve, what have you, in such a way that it should, ideally, kind of closely fit the actual data. So like your predicted data should match the real data. I love giving models a bunch of negative numbers to punish it. You've been a bad model, -1, -1. Yeah, and that's also a part of it too, though I wouldn't have worded it that way. In order to like tweak those parameters, you'd have some sort of cost function that tells the model how far off it is. And then that's used with some other fancy maths, and I'm not going to get super in the weeds on because I'm trying to make this a sort of simple explanation. Use the cost function output to continue massaging the values until they're like a best fit, where the cost doesn't really get much lower. You want the cost to be as low as possible, but eventually you are going to hit a threshold. I'm on a highway. I'm just going to send it. Yeah. You get it down as far as you can, and then that's supposed to be like as accurate as the model can get. That's the broad strokes. And so like that's particularly how you do like linear regression, is if you're just doing like a line or something and you're just trying to get the line to be as close as you can. Polynomial regression is when you start bringing in curves, where the equation for the line, gets more complex and then becomes a curve. If you have played around with, line functions and stuff, then this is hopefully familiar. Otherwise, plug it into your local Desmos calculator or something. If you look up, like, the equation of a line and the equation of a curve, or specifically like a polynomial curve, then that'll hopefully help visualize a lot of the stuff that I'm describing here. So what you're telling me is that machine learning models are actually just Germa streams. I am struggling to understand what you mean by that, but I'm inclined to agree. Though I'm also pretty sure you could say anything is a Germa stream and there's probably some way to equate it. God, I really am sending it, aren't I? Cool, it's saving me time. Look, I'm gonna get there in 4 hours. Amazing. But yeah, so with polynomials, the complexity, yeah, I guess is a way of wording it. The complexity is determined by how many degrees the polynomial function has. Again, you'd really need to like look up a polynomial. At this point, like Google a polynomial and you'll hopefully see what I'm talking about. If you look up nth degree polynomial, you'll probably see some pretty solid examples of what I'm trying to describe. But yeah, that's the gist. You get a curve with varying complexity depending on your data sets. More complexity might be bad for the model. Less complexity might be better for like making it more generalized. Otherwise, you risk what's called overfitting, where it's very, very tailored to the training set you've given it, but it actually really underperforms in like almost any other data set. That's what you want to avoid. Cool. Such a good little bottle. Horrible. But yeah, from there, that's just for like a one-dimensional input, which is all fine and well. That truck has had an accident. Oops. Yeah, that's fine and well for a one-dimensional input, where it's like, you plug in your X value and you get your Y value out of that. That's all fine. You can then expand that up to two-dimensional. So the way you visualize it changes. It's no longer just a curve. It's more like a warped plane, a very curvy plane that attempts to predict where your data lands based on, I guess, an X and a Y value, and then it's predicting the Z, if you want to put it that way. That's also all fine and well. The problem with the assignment we've got at the moment is that we are not doing a one-dimensional or two-dimensional set of inputs. We're working with 8 different variables to try and predict an output. So we're working with eighth dimensional data. 8th dimensional data, yeah. And I don't know if any of you have seen an 8th dimensional graph. If the answer is yes, you're lying, because that's not a thing that we can do. We don't have, certainly not an intuitive way to represent 8th dimensional space. We barely have an intuitive way to represent 4th dimensional space, certainly not 8th. And therein lies much of the problem. Any dimensionality beyond 3 is not intuitive and very difficult to comprehend. And unfortunately, what we've been taught in our course material has only covered up to 2-dimensional data. We have not gone 3. We've not gone beyond. We have most certainly not covered 8th dimensional data. So all of the code examples that we've got are incompatible. In fact, even the math examples don't quite check out. They don't really support beyond those two dimensions. So that's been a very frustrating challenge on my part, and everyone else as well. Because I'm supposed to be able to write down the code for all of this to actually work in the first place, and then I'm supposed to be able to explain how it works. And the way that my brain works, I've explained this last stream actually, where I was talking about education and stuff. My learning process is very much, I need to be able to intuit the problem, intuit or derive, whichever. I need to be able to like understand not just that it works, but why it works, how it works. Because if I can't do that, then I've got pretty much no confidence in the answer, and I might as well have just copied all the code off Stack Overflow, and that's not particularly useful. So that's the problem that I've been facing. Spheres get spiky in nth dimensions. That vaguely makes sense. The only like fourth dimensional interpretations that I've seen have been, you know, still constrained to 3D space because that's all we've got. Like it's essentially 4 dimensions projected into 3D space, if that makes sense. That's what I've seen so far. And that was actually to do with quaternions. I think I explained that I was researching quaternions kind of recently as well. But yeah, that's been the current problem. Another current problem that I've been facing. But yeah, things get weird when you go beyond 3 dimensions. It's very, very difficult to plot on a graph. So at that point, you've left the point of visually comprehensible data, and you go into like weird abstract mathematical territory where you kind of have to trust the process and trust the numbers, which is all fine and well if I can still, you know, intuit what it's doing. But I can't. Also, holy fuck, am I about to hit 140 on a highway? Let's go. Let's go! 140 kilometers and a speeding offense. That was an expensive speeding offense, too. Who even saw me? That's unfortunate. Dude, you really expect me to just go 80 down here the entire way? Like, it's an Autobahn. Be real. I'm going to go as fast as I damn well please. Anyways. Quaternions are fun, yeah, when you can understand them. Otherwise, they're a massive pain in the ass. I'm at a point now where I'm starting to get quaternions. It's starting to make a lot more sense. But it's still like, you know, it's not intuitive. It does take a very particular mindset that we are not born with. You are having to implement quite a bit. Like in your mind, in your mental framework in order to understand it. But yeah, so we enter weird, like, abstract math territory that's not intuitive and cannot be visualized, certainly not in a way that's super comprehensible. And now the task is to design a machine learning model which can work in 8th dimensional space to predict the most likely outcome of your, you know, some scalar value. So just like a single floating point value. And that's not trivial. And it's times like that when you're... What the fuck? Okay, interesting. Oh, I see. Aha. Well, see, I'm not interested in waiting around for that. So we're just gonna kind of keep going. Y'all seem to have that figured out. That's great. I'll leave you to it, and I'll move on with my life. Yeah. You're trying to make a machine learning model, which is difficult enough, and then you're trying to make a machine learning model that works in a high-dimensional space that cannot be perceived. Shit gets really difficult and complex very, very quickly when you hit that territory. So it has been quite a source of frustration, because also just, even if I go outside of what our course material has, there's not a lot of information on this subject, surprisingly. There's a whole bunch of information on linear regression, which is all well and good if all you're trying to do is calculate the best looking line or the best looking, you know, binomial curve. But that's not what I'm trying to do. Oh, fucking again. You never let me do anything. That's so annoying. Whatever. I think I can go 3 kilometers over, so I'm just gonna, like, leave it there for now, I think. I don't really want to get fined again. I am on a loan, so that's a thing to consider. Yeah, so it's very difficult. That's the problem that I've been facing. Oh, did I literally just discover Hamburg? Oh, because we had gone... Right, yeah. I think we had gone here before. But it was during convoy, and I didn't save that progress, most likely. That's my guess. If you want to kick out my husband to help you with this, because he's literally the biggest math nerd I know. He knows all sorts of weird, crazy math. I mean, I appreciate it, but I think I'm in it. Oh my god! Fucking leave me alone! Can't believe this. Okay, I did just enter a town area, so I guess I do have to be a little bit more conscious, but that's still so fucking annoying. Like, let me be. Let me be on my trucking way. I can see why Ivy just has, like, road offenses turned off. They're very, inconvenienced to deal with. Can you move? I'm trying to... Thanks. Yeah, it's tricky, it's difficult, and it's machine learning, so it's, like, doubly difficult. It's a whole affair. So that's been an issue. But I have, thankfully, I do remember this part of the map. It is familiar to me. Horrifying. Oh, hello, police car. Yeah, please don't pay any mind to me whatsoever. I'd really much rather you didn't. Yeah, the good news, at least on that front, after that whole rant, is that I'm starting to get it. There is this one fucking video, and I shit you not, one video on YouTube made by some guy with the world's clippiest mic I've ever heard in my life. Like, it's super distorted. And this guy just, like, explains it. Well, to an extent. Not very good on the explanation side. Thankfully, I can lean on past stuff that I've read up on and listened to and seen based on linear regression. But he specifically shows, like, a code implementation for how to make that work in like higher dimensional space, which was basically all I needed, because I had the rest of the pieces of the puzzle. I just didn't have that, and that video basically had that, so I'm delighted. So I've got a model that I think works reasonably well. It can predict based on the 8 input values given. It can pretty reasonably predict what the output should be. And now my job is basically just make the data look pretty and evaluate it on paper in a report or whatever. And then I've got to, like, explain my knowledge on the subject then in an interview, which is going to be delightful, but is what it is. The important thing is that I think I have mostly got it, which is a much better position than I was in literally last night. So at this point, I'll take it. Yeah, 3 Blue 1 Brown has a bunch of stuff on it. Unfortunately, surprisingly sparse on polynomial stuff. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right places. Honestly, thinking of it, if I actually just went to his series on machine learning, it's possible he referenced it in passing, and that might have been helpful. But from my cursory glance at it, he basically jumped directly to, like, multi-layered perceptrons, which is not what we're currently doing. So, trickier. Get the fuck out of the way. Be very inconvenient if you just rolled fucking into me. Right, here we are. This is the facility. We took a shipment from the one we're passing right now, I'm pretty sure, during Jamboree. That was fun. I don't remember what that was. It was some very expensive load of stuff, though. All right. Spectacular. Let's send it. Probably, maybe. I just send you some videos of quaternions that I enjoy. Probably would have been nice to have them before it started to click. Didn't want to hog up Twitch chat with the YouTube links as DM. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, this one should be kind of butter. This lump of, like, sand or gravel or whatever is kind of inconvenience, but I can make it work. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, butter? Butter? Oh, that's clean! Look at that reverse park! Oh, baby, that was really good. Let's go. Easy peasy. Excelente. And if you ignore the traffic fines, that was pretty good. We made like 13 grand net off of that. Pretty nice. Oh, it doesn't account for fuel costs actually, but whatever, it's fine. Tell you what, I'll probably go for this route. This does give more money, but this is more per kilometer, and this can also lead to like the rest of Germany, so I think that'll be fine. Have I played around a driving academy? I don't believe I have. In fact, the only time I probably would have touched off Driving Academy was when I started playing this game years ago. And I mean years ago. So I do not remember a detail about it. Oh, that's perfect. You could not have given me a better spot to start in. Let's go. Huge. Uh-huh. Nope, not the map. That's the problem with having my map button right next to my engine off button. It legit teach you useful stuff. Interesting. Beyond what I've already got? Because I feel like I've got decent knowledge of the game. Or do you mean like the more meta stuff? Like, okay, here's how to drive, but like also here's how to like effectively run your business and stuff. Because there's probably a lot of stuff that I am missing, to be fair, in that regard. OMG, hey, Bunny Girl Truck Job, my favorite. Remind me to set next week's stream title to that. That'd be funny.
It's time to drink water.
Oh, true. It is time to drink water.
It's time to drink water.
You know the deal. If you got water with you, you should drink it. If you don't have water, you should go get some, because water's good for you. I'll just follow this truck along. Oh my god! Brother! Why did you stop? Why? For fuck's sake! Bro stops under no pressure. Did they know I was tailgating? What an asshole. That was some fucking mid maneuver right there. Jesus. Yeah, good. I'm not gonna be behind you anymore. I'd rather not be. Very nearly dinked the trailer off that lamppost, but we are fine. Oh, shoot. Can't go that way. Oh, I continue. I see, I see. Do, 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 do. What is this road? Very windy. That's a cool little building over there. The little round one. That's nice. Okay, I'm just gonna turn off my indicator. Yeah, so that thing shuts the hell up. Wait, what? Hold on. Trying to understand that. What do Amazon delivery drivers and Swift truckers have in common? That's the answer to the jugs. Oh. God damn it. Amazon delivery drivers love our Space Girl. You know this. Classic. We do have a trucker that watches this, which I find very, very cool. Watches some of the RE Melody Live trucking streams. It's very cool. Yeah, unfortunately, after what I've been up to today and yesterday, most of what's in my head right now is just like machine learning stuff. I am worried that I'm not going to be able to give much more useful dialogue than that at this point. My brain's so full of fucking mathematical concepts. I have said the last solo trucking stream that I do want to, when I've got like spare time, I do want to commit a lot of that to essentially just like not from scratch going through like math study, but kind of also, I don't know. So like things where I'm like very, very confident, I can kind of glaze over them, but I do kind of want to, at my own pace, go back through all of this stuff, especially stuff that I struggled with. And I just want to see like how quickly can I build up to the way more complex topics to the point where I become actually reasonably competent in all of the areas that used to completely stump me in the past. Because I do not like being defeated by logic problems. That's kind of my whole jam. So it would be nice for me to go through all of that. But unfortunately, I don't have time for that. I have to instead cram a whole bunch of knowledge for an assignment that's due yesterday and shit like that. She F on my G while I X. Horrible. Though I do wonder what a maths class would be like if it was taught with Zoomer slang. That'd be interesting. Tell us about the ML. I love ML. That's so fucking awesome. Did you know that math was like my canon event? Interesting. That's neat. You see my post earlier? The one you DM'd me? I haven't seen any others beyond that. As I mentioned, most of my day has been taken up by working on this shit, so haven't had a whole lot of time. Oh, I don't remember the trucker's name, like, exactly. I don't know exactly if they're in chat right now, but they popped in every once in a while. I can't remember. I think they currently truck. I don't think it's like they used to. I think they currently do, which is neat. Yeah, the thing with me is, like, I used to be pretty fucking cracked at maths, and then, like, towards the end of secondary level, so we're talking, like, years, like, 15 through 18, like, years old, around that period of my life, I just didn't get on with the teacher that I had for maths, and that, like, completely killed my enthusiasm for the subject, and I just was no longer following with anything. So it unfortunately put me really, really behind. And especially with the way that the course was taught, if you fell behind a little bit, you would fall back a lot if you were not prepared to do, like, the catch-up gymnastics. It became really, really difficult to train your way back up to be on the same level as everyone else. It's an unfortunate thing I just kind of, like, had to accept towards the end. It's like, okay, so long as I pass, you know, that's good enough, and I have to accept that as good enough. But, you know, even though I'm in my last year of college and it's unlikely I'm going to be hit with this much of a maths conundrum in the rest of my life, it is not something that I want to hold on to, I guess. I want to very much overcome that and be able to move on that way. I want to move on knowing that I've gotten better, that I've improved. More in spite of my teachers, because this continues to be a problem for this module as well. I think I had to go here. Yes, okay, thank God I switched lanes. Whew, that would not have been pleasant otherwise. Trying to teach kids in 2025. She on my secant theta while I divide her 1 by sine theta. Jesus Christ. What happened to Sakatoa? That was the shit. Is it just me, or are these speed limits like really, really strict? Unusually so. I feel like I'm going way slower than I would be capable of safely driving here. Oh, is that what the post was? Gotcha. I'm a trig algebra nerd. I need to get into calculus at some point, but not right now. Yeah, that's the thing. Trig algebra, pretty much second nature to me. Obviously, like, depending on how dusty the knowledge is, like, I may need to, like, brush up a little bit. I might struggle a little if it's been a while since I've had to do one of those problems. But generally speaking, I'm pretty fucking good with trig and algebra. Or I can at least, you know, figure my way around it. Yeah, the problem comes in with calculus. I mean, I don't think I'd be able to very easily access the textbooks that we would have had way back then. Because like they've cycled out textbooks since, as I'm aware. It's a whole different ballgame now. But I don't recall calculus being covered very heavily. And that was very much an Achilles heel for this particular subject. Because if I were to put it this way, so you, in terms of like mathematical tiers of knowledge, if I was going to put it that way, you'd start off with like very basic arithmetic, which is your plus, your minus, basic stuff. You go from there up to does multiplication and division still fall under arithmetic? I don't remember. But you'd go up from those to then algebra, where you start bringing in like variable terms in. You go from algebra up to calculus, and then from calculus you would start hitting like data science kind of stuff. And then from data science then comes machine learning, because that's like a foundational pillar of machine learning. I did watch a very interesting, very long video on it a while back, actually, essentially explaining how like current day machine learning is just like the successor to like big data and like the business marketing hype around big data. It then became, hey, we have all this big data, and, you know, they were probably using it to train some machine learning models back then for, you know, algorithms, algorithmic recommendations and stuff. But now it's like, okay, we have a lot of data. We have that part down. Now let's try and make artificial intelligence using all of that data. And that's a whole other deal at that point. I think it started with linear algebra and maybe dabble into some Boolean stuff. I'm not... I haven't thought about Boolean stuff as like its own category, but that is a fair point. Multiplication is just bulk addition, remember? Yeah, that's why I'm like, does it fall under arithmetic? It's one of like the core pillars, I guess. So I maybe. It doesn't introduce other concepts necessarily, so. That's how it was always taught to me. Multiplication and division are just bulk addition, subtraction. Yeah, basically. But algebra is its own distinct category. Y'all need some category theory. I mean, evidently. There's a lot of theory that I missed. That's like the whole point of this subject right now. Is like, yeah, no, I'm behind on quite a bit of shit. And that's why I, at some point in the future, would like to take the time to like independently study a lot of that stuff. Because I know, just from my background in software minimally, and then, you know, design, streaming, music, all that stuff, like, me being self-taught, that's when I'm at my most powerful when it comes to education and stuff. Which is very frustrating when you are then trying to go through an academic system that's basically required to get a job, to get money, to get food, to live. But it is the fact of the matter. That's how I perform best. So it's a balancing act at this point, trying to find the time to do all of that while doing the boring, necessary life stuff. Oh, you fuck. Okay, good. That didn't count as a red light. It just turned yellow. We are A-okay. Doing sort of bitwise as arithmetic. I maybe would, if for no other reason than under the hood, it's essentially just a multiplication by 8, right? Okay, what is this? What is this road? What is happening here? Oh, I'm supposed to go around this way. Sure, whatever. Oh, sorry, not multiplication by 8. Multiplication by a base 2. Yeah. So that is correct. That is correct. Oh, hello. Awesome. And here we are. Well, where do you need it? You need it over there? Oh no, you're one of these fucking things again. I don't enjoy these fucking things in particular. Oh, we're fine. So, what I'm thinking of doing to get this in is one of these. Okay, and then we start wheeling it back out. Shit. Okay, yeah, I just kind of saw that coming. That's fine, because we kind of have the orientation I'm looking for. This way. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, they want it like in there, huh? Okay. We can at least straighten out here. That'll be good. Cool. Right. Okay. Rest of this should be breezy. Let's just get her in. Bada fucking bing. Let's go. We're nearly at level 14, which is nearly level 15, which would be very good for us. Okay, we got good money. Cargo markets. What have we got from here? Fireworks looks pretty good. Offer expires kind of shortly. I can probably manage that on my fuel and sleep. That should be okay. Don't really need to go all the way to Kiel. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll try and like fill out our central Germany area so we can keep the rest for the Europe exploration, because I am in effect putting that on hold in order to do this. That's a job here, is it? It's not. Where was the job that I was going to take? Cargo markets. Fireworks. Set GPS. Okay. I guess I just leave, but like... What? Am I misunderstanding something here? Maybe I had to leave the place first. I don't know. Uh-huh. Not freight, cargo. Yeah, okay. Now you show me. Sure, bud. That honestly wouldn't be that bad to just, like, park in. We'll see. If they give me the option to skip it, I probably will, though. Oh, shit. Of course. Uh-huh. All good. Then we spin her over. Careful not to hit the back there. I might should be okay. I hit someone's car. I shouldn't have parked there, buddy. Shrimple as. Okay. We'll just wiggle her on in. Whoa, that was way too much. Never mind. Gotcha. There we go. Perfect. The way you bend that trailer gives me anxiety. So I kind of have it down to an art now. Getting the angle, like getting a 90-degree angle basically, and then just like spinning it on that, because that is ultimately like what I'm trying to do. Who needs to stop and yield? They should all get out of the way for me. Oh, I need to go here, this way. And away we go. Stay green, stay green, stay green, stay green. Oh, you fucker! Ah! Bastard traffic lights. You know what was fun? For her stream chat, I would focus on microphone so compute. I was literally going to say that is something that I was like nerding about a while back. First semester, I think, or at least first year of college, we had like a module that was just around like the very fundamentals of computing, like logic gates and shit. We were using, this might be familiar for anyone who has studied the area, we were using Logisim Evolution as our like software for simulating that stuff. And I had ended up building for fun, because of course once we had like figured out how to do latches for like, yeah, just latches, right? I decided, hey, this latch can hold data. I can stitch 8 of these latches together to make a whole byte. I could stitch many of these bytes together to make a strip of memory. So I don't remember how large exactly it was. I think it was trying to think here. It was like 32 by 32 latches. So if I take like 32 multiplied by 4, maybe. I think it was like, yeah, I think it was 128 byte memory bus. And it was like, of course, all of them were like individually addressable. You could like, one of the inputs was like the exact byte address you wanted to write to. And then the other byte was the value you wanted to write into there. Or like into that byte. It was great. I had a lot of fun doing that. It ran like absolute shit on my M1 Air, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. And from there, of course, the natural step was like, okay, cool. Well, now I know how to do this. You know, these fundamental concepts remind me a lot of the things that I did not understand from watching Redstone computing videos. And yeah, sure enough, they were quite translatable. RS NOR latches obviously don't have quite the same shape as our traditional IRL silicon logic gates, but they're still really cool. I actually ended up watching a video just the other night that was, what's funny is that it was from like a company that like specializes in HVAC equipment or something, but I guess is like a showcase that they know their shit. They made like this massive deep dive video into like the fundamentals of computing, going all the way up to like, you know, how advanced embedded software works. And they even went into a subject which, you know, my course unfortunately kind of neglected, which I was a little disappointed by, the actual like kind of material science that goes into making logic gates work, which I found super fucking cool. I don't remember a whole lot about it because I only, watched the video once, and it was a very small snippet of it at the beginning. But it was basically like two, I think it was negatively charged pieces of silicon with a positively charged piece in the middle, and the thickness of that positively charged piece would, I guess, act as like a layer of padding in a way that prevented the flow of electrons or something. And by adjusting the thickness, you could adjust what would cause the currents to flow. And that was like a fundamental principle behind transistors and diodes, I believe. Which, of course, you then go up to the early vacuum tubes, which had a process like that. It wasn't using silicon, though, but like modern silicon transistors, that's essentially what they were leading up to with that explanation. And then, of course, now they're super miniaturized, and now rather than, vacuum tubes, which you need a whole building to fill, to get like a couple hundred of those in, we can now fit billions, if not trillions, of those transistors in your pocket, which is like, yeah, it is pretty crazy seeing how far we've come. It's really cool. HVAC is insane. They use a bunch of random niche protocols. It would be a vintage computer nerd's wet dream. I did see, yeah, there are two protocols in particular that they apparently used that I had never heard of in my entire life, but that's another thing I'm a bit of a nerd about. Communication protocols are cool. It's neat seeing all the different ways that we as humans have found to make computers speak to each other. Especially because, when you get down to the very low level, they're just like flashing things on and off. That's all they're doing. But it's like, it's more to do with like how many things in parallel they're flashing on and off, at what rate, the order in which they do it, what exactly things that they flash at that rate and whatever. Super cool. Oh, let me go here. Computers should never have talked to each other. Smashes a Mellanox network card. I'm in agreement with both. Yeah, the technology is absolutely incredible. Definitely the way that we have used it in many ways has been a blight to society. Both could be true. I only thirst for real tech. All right. I think you mean an NVIDIA network card. I forgot about that. Yeah, they did acquire Mellanox, didn't they? It's not something I'm necessarily like well versed in. I literally only know about that because I think like LTT had talked about it at some point. Wasn't there like an antitrust against that or something? And it still went through. NVIDIA were just able to do it anyways. Because when you have enough money, law doesn't matter. You could just do whatever you want. You can buy whatever you want. Like the fucking ungrateful kid on Christmas. Antitrust in the EU. It would be the EU and the EU exclusively that tells NVIDIA, hey, maybe you shouldn't be allowed to do that. NVIDIA is like a god for now, yeah. Really wish that would end eventually. I've already said in a post, and I still firmly stand by it. It would be really funny if NVIDIA just went bankrupt. Like, the employees would be fine, I'm sure. They get paid out the ass to do fuck nothing for the most part. That's what I've been hearing, at least, from the inside. They've been sitting on massive fucking mounds of cash, and they're making really, really shitty business partnerships with really, really shitty companies. So I would have absolutely no problem if they had to liquidate everything. It'd be very funny. Let someone better take their place. It would be genuinely so fucking rad if we had like a large... honestly, okay. I was going to say a large open source graphics competitor, but scratch that. I think just open source hardware in general is nice. But in this particular discussion, yes, an open source GPU would be so fucking cool. And the thing is, that does exist. I did see a video years ago of someone who was just building their own homemade GPU. They had fully open sourced every part of it. They open sourced the drivers, they open sourced the hardware. Like, anyone could just buy a board matching the traces, buy, maybe it was like an FPGA or something, and just match the low level architecture. And then, like, they would just have a working graphics card and it could play Quake. Like, pretty fucking cool. Obviously, like, a really fucking far away from replacing my GPU, but graphics technology moves fast and a lot of the work's already been done. Like, all you need to do is for your GPU to be compatible. That's really all you need to do to get, like, market share. Raw grunt and, like, yeah, sure, that's an important factor, and it's very likely, honestly, that as optimistic as I'd like to be about open source, it's very likely that NVIDIA is going to be, like, top of the fucking hill when it comes to raw performance for a very, very long time until, you know, they liquidate. But, I mean, like, Intel Arc is viable. They don't have the performance crown. Not by a long shot, actually. And I was looking at GPU upgrades. The best Intel Arc card available right now, the B580, I think, is like a side grade to my current 3060 Ti. The latest and greatest AMD card, the 5080 XT, I think, if I have that correct, that's like a 2x upgrade from my current GPU in terms of raw performance numbers, which is insane. But I already know, like, I'm not going to be upgrading to an NVIDIA card regardless. So it's basically like, you know, who's got the best... Ooh, that was close. Who's got the best mix of performance and not being a horrible fucking company with extremely twisted morals and a, like, greedy to the point of not even being human anymore profit incentive, you know? I want hardware made by people, by humans who, like, respect other humans, not business people. God, I hate business people. Some business people can be fine. But I feel like at the point when you've gone to like a multi-billion and or multi-trillion dollar company, you've officially like lost your right to say that you're an ethical business person. At this point, I'm fairly firmly on the consensus that if you have multi-billions or trillions, you're not using it for good. You wouldn't be sitting on that much money if you were doing good. As part of the reason why if I were to start my own company, it would be there would be a massive fucking focus on open source donations and charity donations and stuff. Like, I just would not want to be sitting on a massive sum of cash. I'm just not interested. I would gladly take the Valve approach 10 times over and just throw a shitload of my employees on open source projects. And like fund open source works, then sit on a dragon's hoard of cash. And I certainly would not want to contribute any of that to anything that's like anti-civilization, basically. But yeah, an open source GPU would be so cool. That and the Raspberry Pi too, because like, you know, currently open source GPU tech is like not very strong anyways. So like you could totally slap the thing on an RPi and just get like a little, like a commendable performance boost out of it, maybe. Yes, I get it. You're fucking tired. I'm fueling up. Something I do actually want to juice up in future levels is my eco-driving, because this whole paying for fuel thing is not great, and I could actually save probably a decent amount of money if I didn't have to pay for fuel as often. Oh, there's an entire underground network of people attempting to etch semiconductors in their home. They acquire phosgene and a lot of other dangerous chemicals. The one public guy I know of sold himself out to make his own company instead of furthering open hardware. Huh. Well, I mean, you can make your own company and further open hardware. You just become a company that contributes to open source. You know, both can be true. I feel like you can run an ethical company. I feel like most people just don't fucking bother, though. And that's the part that, like, really frustrates me. The capability is right there in front of you. You can hold it in your hands, and it would be beautiful. But they just kind of don't. I find that very disappointing. We could be so much more. But money. I feel like that, like, saps so much of the joy and the just benefits out of almost anything that's done in that area. The UN literally created a plan to solve world hunger for $6 billion US in response to Elon. That's really funny and also really fucking tragic because, I don't know, last I heard that was not implemented. So despite there being a plan, no one's implemented it. Only 6 billion? Seriously? That's it? Fuck, man. Even if we were just putting a dent in world hunger, like that's pennies. Compared to what the US is like whoring into AI right now, fucking easy. Any day. If you could DM me that Wired article, actually, because that would be a cool read on my part. And I do actually have a Wired subscription that I've like barely been using, so I at least know it won't be paywalled. These are like not big transistors either. They're getting about the size of the 8080. What nanometer processes that, or millimeter? Like, we're fine on millimeter, that's fine. I know we're probably not going to be hitting fucking 4 nanometer processes in someone's garage, but like, you know, I'm curious. When Fool's closed source only sells B2B, that fucking blows. Actually, so much lost potential. That's really upsetting. Trying to find him, his predecessor been wiped. Yeah, probably because it's so embarrassing. Gotta go page 3 of Google News to also find the Wired article from like 2021. Fuck. There are others and there are archives of his techniques, so it's not like everything is lost. He inspired a lot more people to get into it. Yeah, I think net positive is probably there. But yeah, definitely like just purging your open source contributions like that's mid as fuck. You did a good thing, just keep it that way. If you want to go your own way, if you want to like develop it closed source from there, fine, but like leave an open base for people to build on. Otherwise you're just kind of shitty. Elon, the guy who chose not to solve world hunger. If anyone's seen the Ben Palmer bit, he did once famously say, we can use the rocks on Mars to feed starving people. He did have a plan. I love that line so much. We can use the rocks on Mars to feed starving people. It's such a crazy fucking line. If the US reallocated $6 billion from its normal defense budget to solving world hunger, it would make the US safer. Yeah, probably. I don't doubt it. But unfortunately, right now, and this isn't just a US problem, I'm actually going to not dog entirely on the US for this one. The world right now is kind of in a state of fear. Like, even Irish discourse right now, there are, like... we had a politician running for presidency in Ireland who was, like, trying to push a very pro-defense, pro-military... I just crossed the speed sign! ACAB, man. Fucking ACAB. That was some bullshit. Literally just crossed the speed sign, immediately finds me. That's so fucked. But yeah, we had a presidential candidate who was super pro-military and like was really adamant that we put a whole bunch of money into military spending. And the politician who won, thank God, our current president, was like, no, are you nuts? We don't need that much military. We're actually a fairly safe country as things go. Our biggest concern is how will the tariffs affect our Amazon orders? Like, be real. They didn't word it like that, to be clear. That's that's how I'm wording it. Because that's how I see it. I don't believe we need to militarize. I don't get this, like, obsession with fear. I mean, I do. I understand the benefits it has for the people who preach it, but, like, fuck, man. Of course, that guy was, like, mostly popular with, like, super right-wing folks who are, like, anti-people in a couple ways. Howdy, sir. Here to collect... I forget what job I'm doing. Jesus, yeah, I drove all this way just to collect the job? Good grief. Anyways. Apologies, I did miss a couple chat messages there. Rising fascism, SpongeBob rainbow in his hands. Even if it's 30, 40 years behind, that's still good. Yeah, it's something. It's better than starting from, like, rocks, you know. The open source community was able to build this GPU in a cave with a box of scraps. If we could use the rocks on Mars to feed starving people, then why don't we? Is he selfish? Is that a question? Is that an honest question right there? Sent you 4 Hackaday articles from 2017-2021 of Sam Zelouf's adventures. He's definitely a character. Where have I heard that name before? Sam Zelouf. That rings a bell. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Fear sells ideas to people who want someone to be mad at. I guess, yeah. People who, like, never had it so good. Who are just like, oh, but, like, it's quiet. It's too quiet. Yeah, it's very disappointing. We could, I do conceive it, we could very easily be living in an actual fucking utopia right now. It would be so solid. Because we are a rich planet. We have a lot of abundance. It is just not divvied correctly. And we are not making effective use of the resources that we do have, regardless of how they're divvied out. Like, we just don't. We could do so much better. Right. What am I delivering in? Furniture? 16 tons of furniture. In 8 hours. Okay, no rest stops on this one. Good thing I slept up before this. Woke man. Instead of Iron Man, it's Woke Man because a bunch of queers built GPU in a cave. Huge. Huge. Where can I give them money? Where can I give more trans people my money? That's a good investment, by the way. Giving trans people all of your money. Have you seen the kind of shit they get up to when they have resources to expend? Holy shit. Trans people make some cool fucking shit when they have resources to be resourceful with. We could, but billionaires really want us to suffer. I came to this conclusion while looking at return on investments on welfare and UBI. Oh, that part has always fucked with me. If someone is like, oh, we can do this and it will, like, help so many people, and then the person they're preaching it to goes like, but how do I benefit? It's like, bro, how do you benefit? You make a 7-figure salary. How about you shut the fuck up? It doesn't even hurt you. Yes, but how can I get more? I would like more. I'm not quite satisfied yet. I need to be more big and full of money. It's so fucked. Not to get political or anything, but people should be able to live not necessarily with abundance, but, you know, among the abundance. People should have their fair share. I should have infinite free money to do my funny computerisms. True. This is true. We should give Julia all of our money. That's a good idea. God damn it. You benefit because you have skilled laborers that you can take advantage of and who actually buy your products. Yeah. Sucks. It's just so utterly frustrating because there is a large return on investment, but that's not enough because it doesn't make rich people richer at the expense of the poor. That actually, yeah, that's another thing. It infuriates me when people are handed on a silver platter this beautiful plan to like, in you know, in vague terms, end suffering and like effectively distribute wealth in a way that's beneficial to the many, and then go, but how does this benefit me personally? It is even more frustrating when they are explicitly told how it will benefit them personally, and then they go, no, it's enough. This other person said I can make way more money if I do this thing. That actually kills me. That like, if you want like an awesome, quick and easy way to like cripple any faith that that like the voting public has in you, just do that. It's a really great strat to have absolutely no trust in you. And that's, I think, why they have to lean on fear then, because it's like, well, you don't really, there's nothing else going for you. You're just kind of a selfish asshole. But they will get rid of this definitely a big problem that you need to be personally worried about, by the way, that they just invented. That's why I can't see billionaires as human. I think it is fair to say that even if they're not like actually like deliberately trying to be assholes, the moment you do just have that much more, not even just wealth, but that much more, how do I put it? Maybe, I guess wealth, I can't think of a better term. It's not just wealth, like wealth is a component of it. They say that freedom to do whatever the fuck you want, I guess. When you have so much more of that, equity, I guess it's kind of the opposite of equity, because the whole point is that they have a shitload of money, right? But basically, yeah, when you have so much more freedom to do whatever the fuck you want, you are fundamentally a different kind of person at that point from, you know, the average, I guess. You know, the working class person and all that. You have become a different class of person. And the only real way to get out of that is to just, you know, forfeit thy mortal possessions to an extent. Like you are on a different plane to everyone else. Just because you share blood and genetics and whatever, just because you're like who you are trails back to the same primordial soup we came from, that doesn't mean that like you're that guy, right? Yeah, it's fundamentally different. You're on a different playing field. You're playing a different game. It's like the bully, and this is a pretty good analogy. It's like the bully who just like runs the game on the playground, because if everyone else doesn't conform to the game, then he'll just like beat the shit out of you. Like that's essentially the game that you're playing. You're not like any of the other players at that point. It's very, very different. Bill Gates does this to an extent. The way he got there is questionable. You say, like, yeah, Bill Gates has a philanthropy thing. People have been questioning it a lot. I haven't looked super deep into it, but that's something I have been kind of curious about myself. Though, you know, time and other stronger interests have meant I've not really looked into it too much. But it's like if I recall correctly, he's got a lot of stuff that's supposed to, like, help crop farming in like third world nations and stuff, right? But I could have sworn there was like some weird caveat to that. I don't know, was it like, did it border on gentrification or something? It was some weird thing. It was like, yeah, we're gonna help all the people, we're gonna do it my way, rather than like leveling with like, okay, but what does the local community actually need to like develop and be, you know, safe and well in doing so? That was the main issue that I saw flagged up, basically. And that's a common thing when you're like super, what I've seen, when people are like super wealthy and they're like, oh, we're gonna like solve this problem and it's gonna be great. It's like, again, you're playing a different game. You don't have the same problems as everyone else. You're no longer in a position to problem solve for the everyone else because you don't have those problems. That's why you get fucking tech moguls proposing basically just reinventing the train but worse. Like every year or two we get another one of those. Like Elon did it. A bunch of other rich tech guys did it as well. Yeah, the fucking Hyperloop. The amounts of solutions I've seen that, like, when you actually put them into practice are completely unworkable and would actually cost more to run than just a traditional train is crazy. The Hyperloop is so fucking silly. Yeah. From his own blog post, I believe you've linked an image in chat and that doesn't embed, so I can't see that. You're gonna have to include alt text for the visually impaired, me, the streamer. Yeah, trains are so fucking cool, and it frustrates me so much that rather than just improving train infrastructure, tech bros are like, we're gonna make a better train. We're gonna make the train better than the train. It's like, no, that problem's been solved. That problem was solved before you were born. Just build more fucking trains. Ah! If you want to improve trains a shitload, make, like, electric trains super viable. Just, like, take the existing train, don't fuck with it, just change its power and make it viable. We're not asking for a miracle. God damn it, again. Whatever. Hopefully the value of these shipments I'm doing will offset the cost of that. We have metrics saying trains are cool. Yeah, it is, like, scientifically proven that trains are cool. We actually have the hard fucking paper on this. Electric trains already exist. Yeah, they do. They're just not as popular. They're not quite ubiquitous. Same with electric cars, right? Electric cars are, I think at this point we can agree, like, a net good. I think the battery tech and just general electric car tech all around has gotten efficient enough where it is quite viable. And I don't have the hard numbers on this. I haven't checked this in a while, but my understanding is that if everyone went electric, it would be more efficient than if everyone were expending, you know, roughly doing the same travel in traditional what's it, internal combustion engine cars. ICE cars, yeah. ICE cars. Oh yeah, Metro Transit. I wish we had trams in my area. We don't have trams, though. There's one area in all of Ireland. Dublin has trams. I'm not in Dublin. I don't benefit from the tram network. It's very unfortunate. Because trams are also very nice. They're like trains, but they get you around, like, a town or a city. The trains are good for, like, the really long journeys, and then the trams are good for just, like, around the city. You know, pick the right tool for the job. I like that. Even planes have good value too, just not private jets. Private jets are fucking silly. You want to have a very, very particular need for a private jet. Most of the private jets that I've seen do not meet those needs. Am I? Okay. Yes, I'm supposed to be here. Understood. I still think EVs are dumb. It's good for public transit and reduce the cars on the road. I just don't think the amount of lithium or other precious... Yeah, that's the main issue, actually, is the mining required for the batteries. Like, yeah, ultimately, public transport should be leaned on way, way, way more. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll rephrase. This is a much bigger, like, transport revolution that would be required to make this happen, though. If people took exclusively EVs for the long niche travels that are not covered by public transport, but then used public transport for, like, everything else. Like in my case, my commute from work, from college, wherever, is handily covered by public transport. I have absolutely no need for a car right now. But if I'm going to, like, meet someone in the middle of the country where it would be, like, a really annoying set of train rides, where it would be more economical to use the car, then I use the car. Seems to make sense. if you've got like a big cargo issue, I guess. It's like you need to haul a whole bunch of stuff. Car makes sense, but at that point we're kind of talking work vehicle. And I don't really have a problem with work vehicles, because I don't think anyone really has a problem with work vehicles. I never really heard of that being a problem. The problem is usually like independent, like solo commuters taking a full fat fucking car, taking yet another space on highways. That's the main issue that I've heard, and the main issue that I personally have. I still think it's worth improving EVs though. I think fundamentally we should get ICE cars off the roads sooner rather than later, because we already have very renewable solutions to producing the electricity, at least that goes into those cars. Battery tech, less so. Hopefully we can figure that out in the future. Or even I've heard hydrogen cars are like kind of a question mark at the moment. Or was that
It's time to drink
was
water.
it renewable fuels?
It's time
to drink water. Hell yeah. You know the deal. If you have water with you, you should drink it. If you don't, then you should go get some, because water's good for you. I will drink to that. I am for hydrogen cars because they'll make car crashes more exciting. You either have electric cars with hydrogen cells, or you have an engine that uses hydrogen for combustion. I think I've heard most recently of the electric cars with hydrogen cells. Those ones are pretty cool. I like those. Hydrogen's really hard to store. Was that the problem? I think the thing that was a big question mark was renewable combustion fuel. Hydrogen was kind of that as well. Yeah, I think that the cost of producing that hydrogen fuel was like a huge fucking tax compared to just like, god damn it, compared to just a really nice, like, efficient solar array and other, you know, be it solar, wind, hydroelectric, you know, the other renewable electricity, more direct electricity producing things, rather than using electricity along the chain to make hydrogen fuel that will ultimately just get turned into electricity anyways. I feel there's a balance, and that's again just like another shot towards like, yeah, use what leans into your local needs and resources the best, right? That's a big thing that I stand for. I mean, especially on renewables. When people talk about like, oh, you know, we can't use windmills because it's not really windy here. It's like, okay, you got sun, right? You got sun. You probably have water moving. You know, like there are options. And even if you're in a totally fucking remote area, that is like, okay, you get barely any sun. You get barely any wind. There's not a whole lot of water moving around. Go nuclear. Like, that problem's been solved too. Most of the reason people don't want to go nuclear is because they're afraid of another Chernobyl, but it's like, the Chernobyl happened once. And, what was it? There was some thing in the States as well. I can't remember what facility that was, but like, I don't even think that wasn't Chernobyl grade. That was like, there was a fear that something would go wrong, but it was like ultimately fine, is my understanding. Molten salt reactors. That's a fucking new one. That sounds ratchet as shit. I love it. 3 Mile Island. That's what it was. It was a nuclear meltdown, but it was contained and there was no widespread contamination. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, there was a fear that things would go wrong. Things did kind of go wrong, but it, like, had no meaningful impact. The problem is that people assumed it was Chernobyl. Yeah, I'm sure the media hype around it at the time was, like, fucking diabolical. I'm trying to think. No, it wasn't 3 Mile Island. There was a situation in the UK decades ago. I think this was in the 90s or the 80s or something. There was a nuclear facility, and it was using... It's an old tech. I don't think that particular kind of nuclear tech is even used anymore. But there was some pretty catastrophic issue where I think one of the fuel rods had, like, I think it's slightly different terminology. But 4.8 kilometer island for the Eurocucks in chat. That's crazy. Yeah, I think it's the equivalent of the fuel rods in this old style of nuclear that they were using in this facility had broken while inserted or something, and that caused basically a chain reaction of just really, really bad shit. I think they did ultimately sort it out, but there was this weird mix from what I recall of I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to go here, so I'm gonna wait for you to cross and then go in here. Yeah, I think it was that got super fucked up, but ultimately the UK is fine. They did sort it. I think it could have been really, really fucking bad, but they did contain it. So it's okay, there was one major case in known human history where there was a problem as a result of I'm not even going to lend them as a result of nuclear, as a result of the unfortunate mismanagement of nuclear, because it's how you fucking use it. You got to have safety protocols in place, and it's also important to note that all of these things were a very long time ago, and these scientific fields evolve very rapidly, especially in response to situations like this. The immediate thing is okay, well, that was really bad and could have been way, way worse. Let's think of all of the ways where we can make this never happen again, or at least mitigate it as best as we can. Crazy to imagine there are actually really smart people behind these things that don't want people to die. So yeah, no, nuclear is pretty fucking safe. Hell, even the AI bros are leaning on nuclear right now. People are talking about making for some reason we were so terrified of nuclear not too long ago. Are you going to move eventually? Bro, do I have to honk at NPCs for you to move? Seriously? Is that what we're doing? What an asshole. Fuck you, man. What a dick. I can't believe that. I just had to honk at an NPC unironically. That's fucked. I should not have to do that. Human rights violation. Anyway, yeah, so we have nuclear. It's already really good. It's really safe. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, AI bros. Previously we were so afraid of going nuclear because, oh, the dangers, oh, the risks. And now AI bros are we need 250 gigawatts of power to fund our slop machine. And then they're oh yeah, we could just build portable nuclear reactors. Fucking just drop in place nuclear reactors. We could just build those and just have them on site, and that'll generate the power we need. What? Where was this 20 fucking years ago? It's absurd. It pisses me off to no end. We will get technological innovation, but only on the rich people's terms and never for the good of everyone else. It's sure, we could build portable nuclear reactors, but only for the slot machine. We're not going to, democratize, clean, renewable, and abundant power. No. Your electricity bills will still get higher because they actually want to build as few of these as possible so they can mooch off the grid some more, because that's a little bit cheaper than building bespoke power solutions. Yeah. Portable nuclear reactors. What the fuck? I heard this in sci-fi, video games and shit. Fall predicted real world. That's what they're talking about. I've seen renders of this shit. They're about the size of a truck, and they'll just generate nuclear power for you. Very low maintenance. This is a solved problem, apparently, and we're only hearing about it now in the era of the fucking slot machine that needs 250 gigawatts. It's so absurd. portable as in submarine size. I mean, yeah, actually, yeah, portable. Yeah, we fucking already did have this. Yeah, you wouldn't need a massive on-ground facilities. We had nuclear reactors in submarines. I completely forgot about this. So the idea is that you have a bunch of fuel rods together so they could do their little fission thing. Sorry, I have to be careful on this turn here. 1 minute. I'll continue reading. We are nearly at a destination, which is nice. So they could do the little fission thing, and those neutrons make the rods hotter. The less rods you have, the less efficient it is. Oh. Interesting. Because there's not the same level of chain reaction. Like, there's a reason we build them to the size of megawatts. Well, I mean, they're asking for gigawatts, so I don't know. I think they are specifically calling for, like, hey, make it more efficient so that the smaller plants are viable. I think that's a big thing. Which is another thing that pissed me off, because you have greenwashing of the inefficient plants by AI companies when it would literally be better to have bigger reactors where rods are consolidated. Yeah, every solution but the actually good one. Which is, you know, how AI works nowadays. That was another thing that kind of, like, put me in a really deficit position with this machine learning module that we've got this semester. Like, I'm already just jaded about the subject matter in a big way, you know? Like, I've seen the harm that this shit can do. It's like, okay, cool, I can understand how it works, and that's great. That'll make me feel all nice and warm and happy in my brain. But I still don't want to contribute to this. Like, I would rather be poor as fuck than work as a fucking AI engineer. I do not want to be in that position. I do not want to play a part in the game that's being played here. Because I think it's incredibly scummy and evil and shit. I've kind of got myself in a situation right now, don't I? Yeah, we'll even that out. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. There we go. That's a lot better. It's a little skew. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna need to pull you a little bit. Oh, fucking... Oh, that works. Sure, I'll take it. Delightful. Current company job offers. Ah, yes, eco-driving. Yes. Use less fuel, please. Pallets to Bremen. That's not a great deal. Does anyone else have better? Cargo market. That's what I'm talking about. 9 tons of scooters to Hamburg. I will take that handily. And yeah, I've got enough sleep and fuel to get me through that ride. That's all good. I think the fusion reactors are a waste of time simply because you're looking for tritium and deuterium. Fusion reactors at scale is not going to be viable for a long time. I'm fine with fusion research, but people proposing as a fix-all. Yeah. If you're waiting for fusion to happen, you're kind of pissing against the wind when you have nuclear right there. I'll firmly agree with that. If we can get to fission, awesome. But like, in the meantime, we have a really good solution already. So like, use it, please. When you literally have fission right here and can make plants that supply our current demand. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, am I getting mixed between fusion and fission? Oops, my bad. Fission is... Okay. Fission is what we're currently on. That's... Yeah. When I say nuclear, I'm referring to fission, I imagine, in that case. And then fusion is just the more advanced and powerful one. That's my guess. Like, I'm not going to go full anti-science and say they should be defunded. At the same time, it's really sad to see the state of fission today. Yeah. We can have both. Oh, man, so many of these fucking problems. It's like, yeah, we can have both. We can have our cake and eat it too, man. Just fucking look 2 feet in front of your nose, for God's sake. Ooh, truck. Yeah, we truck. We on our truck shit. Pulled out a loan because I want to upgrade the garage so I can hire a guy or a gal. Because I want to make that passive income like you've got going on. Unfortunately, after taking this loan and doing jobs, like, I've got enough to upgrade the garage, but I've also taken on an unfortunate number of traffic fines, which have set me back ever so slightly. Like, I've got enough to upgrade the garage, but I don't think I've got enough to hire a person, and certainly not hire a truck. Can I just hire a driver with no truck and have them do quick jobs? Is that a thing? Like, can I get them the truck later? I would have given them my old truck, but I traded that in for this one, so like... Fission is split big things, and fusion is join small atoms. Ah, I understand. Yeah, fundamentally different technology. Yeah. Oh yeah, join small atoms. That does sound complex and way out of my wheelhouse. Something I would like to get into in the future is hardware engineering. You know, the classic line, those who want to get into software should, those who are serious about software should build their own hardware. That's the classic line, and I agree with it, just on a software hardware, like, you know, they run most efficient when they're like playing to each other's strengths, you know? You build software for the hardware and you're going to get a really optimal setup. It's like I find the embedded world pretty interesting as a result of that as well. But I definitely do not have the time to get into that right now. I've got an Arduino, I've got Raspberry Pis, I can dick around with it. But I can't like commit to a project because of stupid time constraints that suck balls. But that would be a nice thing to do in the future. Get the used shit truck for 30 grand for them. Is that fine? Does that actually work? Do they not like bring it in going like, hey, my truck broke on the reg? Are they really just chill with that? Because if so, I probably could afford it. Arduino. Yeah, didn't Arduino get, they got bought by Qualcomm recently, didn't they? I heard about this. They got bought by Qualcomm, and they've now built like a Qualcomm board. It's got like an Arduino on one side and then a Qualcomm chip on the back, and it's supposed to like have a full-blown desktop that lets you mess around with the Arduino stuff on package. I have a really mixed opinion of that. I'm like, who's asking for this? Who couldn't already just get a Raspberry Pi that does the same thing in a cheaper package more efficiently? The Arduino acquisition has already gone bad. Oh, that's delightful. That's really great to hear. Fucking hell. Oh, man. I'm curious what Qualcomm's game is in all this. My guess is, like, if you get people... Because, like, that Arduino's thing was like, yeah, we'll teach the youths, or the, you know, we'll teach future generations how to work with embedded hardware in, like, a nice accessible package. And then I guess Qualcomm's like, cool, yeah, and they will use Qualcomm stuff, and then they'll be great at using our stuff and only our stuff, and then they'll want to work for us, and it'll be awesome. That's probably the idea, because that fucking sounds like the kind of thing a stuffy corporation would do. This doesn't seem like the right place. Was this the job I was looking for? Medical equipment. Oh, that's a very different thing. Pays well, though. Maybe it expired. Yeah, I'll take this then. Oh, did it just move? What? No. I just got here. You fucker. Oh, man. Yeah, it probably did expire, didn't it? Okay, how far am I going now? Okay, cool. It's just across the road. I can actually live with that. That's fine. Delightful. I did give mine a 3-star truck. Beautiful. I did miss that though. Is that fine? Hold on. Fucking face every goddamn time. Haven't gotten any complaints yet. Okay, cool. I'll do that then. It's so annoying. I actually wish there was a shut up wagey button. That's crazy, considering the conversation we've just been having. I'll make exceptions. It's a video game character. It doesn't feel. It doesn't even have feeling parameters. Speaking of not actually feeling and not having the parameters for doing so, interesting Ace Rolla video came out just the other day. Just kind of discussing AI stuff. It was a good watch. It was basically going like, yeah, here's all the reasons it's bad, and you can not care about all these reasons, but here's more reasons that it's bad, and why you should care, basically. And if, like, basically by the end of the video, if you don't care by the end of the video, you've probably got other problems going on. Yeah, Ace Rolla good. Love seeing a nice Ace Rolla video come up every once in a while. Right now I'm just grinding XP to get nice trucks and then buy one with all the riches I have. That's fucking valid as shit. I'm literally a capitalist mob boss in all my games, but in real life I go the Industrial Revolution and its consequences. I'm a mix. In the times that I've played City Skylines, on one hand, I'm very focused on like getting more money for expansion, but I'm also not, in the sense that I want the money for expansion so that I can expand out to the benefit of the people in the city, basically. That's kind of like the end game for me, is I just like want all of the citizens to have, like, I've got free public transport going on there. I've tried to set up really, really nice bus routes to remove dependency on cars as best as I can. I've like made really low pollution zones that I'm particularly proud of, stuff like that. I love my DAF shitbox, but I need speed. Oh, cargo market. Medical equipment, all the way to Leipzig. Ooh, that's a while away. This stream's going to be a little bit extended, fellas. That's fine. It's more time we can spend yapping. Joy. Oh, I went the wrong way. Oh, I can just start delivery. Sure, I don't lose anything. Right. To be honest, if I ever try to do something on Embedded, I'm just going to get a cheap Risk 5 board. The other options seem too stinky. I honestly do want to just learn Risk 5 as well, so I'm probably going to go that route also. Ooh, that was so close. I very nearly dinked the trailer. Oh, that's so fun. Hey, can a mod address that, please? No, auto mod. That's not what they meant. They were talking about trucks. Thanks for the thought, I guess. Good grief. Automod decisions that make the original message look so much worse. One sec, I'm gonna check my phone while driving down the street because my lights have turned off and I want them to turn back on. They are supposed to turn off at this hour because I'm not actually supposed to be streaming at this hour either, but we ball. Mostly said that because Arduino is being Qualcomm, the Raspberry Pi is a public company now and costs way too much. Oh god, yeah, they went public? I can't remember if that's news to me. I might have just forgotten. I do know they're way too expensive though. And I think some questionable decisions on the management side as well kind of made them a little bit less interesting for me. Don't need boards. I've tried to get as much mileage as I can out of my Pi 4, but I kind of struggle to find good projects to throw at it that wouldn't be better addressed by like a fucking ESP32. Okay, Garmin, Licht an. Went public a while ago. God damn. How the mighty have fallen. Why did thing get filtered on my end? That's a good question. I don't even have a automod prompt or anything. Okay, very honorary question to everything going on. Oh dear. This could be very good or very bad. Oh, alright, what's your opinion on Hytale? I don't have that broad of an opinion on it, honestly. A lot of other people are very, very hyped about it. I'm happy to see the project is back. I'm excited to see where it goes. It's got an interesting art style. It doesn't seem like they've had a super solid grasp. Maybe now they do, but I know it was in development hell for a reason. Like, they're already struggling to get like a nice gameplay loop down. I'm hoping they're able to nail something that's like really interesting and something that notably couldn't just be solved in a simple Minecraft minigame. Like, you know, their server offerings have already, you know, done. Yeah, I'm hoping they're able to do something really nice and innovative with it. That would be cool. I am happy to see that it's out of the clutches of Riot Games. The moment I heard about that, I had concerns it was going to go downhill, and it did. So go figure. But yeah, it looks interesting. Hytale's system requirements are very interesting, a lot lower than I was expecting. I don't see that as a bad thing at all. I'm sure you don't either, to be clear. So my understanding is they're building a custom engine for this. And while that has pros and cons, the con is that you have to spend a lot more money in development hours to build that custom engine, but the benefit is you get something that is hyper fucking like optimized for your use case, assuming you can build an engine correctly. It's the reason why games like Doom were possible, right? They're not pulling out, you know, your standard fucking toolbox game engine. They built their own shit that works really close to the hardware and does exactly what they needed to do in exactly the way that they want it done. So I can totally see how they can make a very beautiful game while also keeping system requirements really, really low down, because you get to be very, very precise with what you want out of it. They abandoned the custom engine because it got stuck in dev hell. They went back to the original engine. Both are custom. All I know is that they mentioned that they had an engine that they scrapped and they went back to an old one. I think it was the languages they were using. Yeah, right. I think they were building a custom... Yeah, it was like a C# or C++ engine, but they went back to using one built in Java because it was like more stable and it like actually had shit going for it at the time. I mean, I would abandon C++ ports and I'm a C++ dev. Yeah. I'd be interested to see myself in a position where I would need to build a custom engine for what I want to do. I think my big thing is just like Godot's really fucking solid. Will get you most of what you would want out of an engine. And I'm not looking to build like... At least at present, I'm not looking to build like a technology-defying game, you know? My thing is more like I'm big on art style and experience. Art style, gameplay, and experience, and basically none of those are like super bound to technology. Not today, not these days, not when computers are already so fucking powerful. I'll still aim for like a really low target, but that's like using existing rendering systems, you know, like I'll bake in global illumination wherever I can. You know, I want the low profile, the low quality profile on my game to still look really beautiful and still run on like my Lenovo G500 with Intel HD 4000 graphics, you know? It needs to run on like integrated graphics on like 8 gigs of RAM, and then I'll be happy. That's like my minimum requirement. Beyond that, if it's fun to play and it looks nice and it's got a story that kind of sticks with you, that is more than enough for me. Like, I don't need to build the next Source engine or whatever. But if, you know, if you're the Hightail devs, maybe what you were doing does require a very particular thing. Like, voxel games in general, those are not things that lean well into most like commercially available engines. You are usually building something custom for that. I've seen, you know, Minecraft in Unity attempted a bunch of times and it usually runs pretty poorly because that's not what the engine was designed for. And you're either sidestepping a whole lot of Unity stuff to get there, which is a pain in the ass, or you're leaning into Unity stuff, which is probably not going to be very performant. It's a mix. Yeah. I mean, try porting Rust code to Go like that. One of them is wonderful tag denums. The other? Haha, good luck. There is a Go game engine. I forget what it's called. It's slightly cursed. Slightly. It's very cursed. Go is not a language I would use for game development. This is like right tool for right job, gone out the window, I feel. But I have seen it done. It's a thing. That's all I can really say about it. Oh yeah, what are the requirements? Recommended specs are a 10th gen i5 and a GTX 900. I'm assuming 900 series, but yeah. Interesting. Minimum was a 7th gen i5. You're pretty much guaranteed for that game to run if you're on like a reasonably modern PC. Yeah, like it would probably struggle to run on like my, you know, the aforementioned Lenovo G500, but you know, my personal aims for system requirements are like a personal goal, and I know that they're very, very constrained. Reasonably speaking, people aren't gaming on a system like that for the most part. You know, a more sane person would just install Linux on it, put Firefox on, and give it to their grandmother or something. Go doesn't even have type traits or anything. Is there an interface like type? Yeah, interfaces in Go are pretty good. I personally use them a lot on my website. At least if I am understanding that correctly. Interfaces would be like, you have your structs with basically placeholders for function definitions, and then you just implement something extending from that struct with the actual functionality on it. That's how I understand it. I still don't get Rust's trait system because I've never actually built traits. I'm sure the moment I actually build something with traits, it'll make perfect sense to me, but I have not done that yet, so it doesn't. 3 hours left on this drive. We got 17 hours. I could probably even do a rest stop, but I'll wait till we're there. If I wanted to make out with you and explain the trait system in vivid detail, you would do this. You would absolutely do this. But yeah, also on the custom game engine side, another thing I very much like made my peace with, and I think I mentioned this before. I don't like, aside from not needing to build a custom game engine, I don't think I would do a particularly good job at it. Or specifically, I think I could do a good job at it, but I don't think I would do that much better of a job than what existing engines already offer. Especially with like the wealth of features that they have. I don't think I would build a really competent feature matching game engine with like Godot or something. So like I'll maybe make a custom engine, but it's pretty much just for learning at that point. I'll dick around, I'll make little like tech demo projects and whatever, just to like play around with the tech that I've built. And maybe I make a really impressive tech demo. Maybe I develop it. I don't know. But I wouldn't build like a large game using my own custom engine. I wouldn't see that happening anytime soon, at least. Yeah, just because like building engines a lot of fucking work. There's a lot of shit you gotta keep in mind, especially if it's cross-platform. Holy shit. Platform-specific code is kind of a nightmare. It's all well and good if you lean into like Vulkan and like maybe Metal, but like, you know, what is it? Molten VK is a thing, worst case scenario. It's like you can kind of lean on Vulkan for your rendering code, that's fine. Or OpenGL if you like are in a pinch, don't want to write the 60,000 lines of code, just get Vulkan working. But beyond that, it's like, okay, cool. Now you may need to build a physics engine. You will definitely need to build your own rendering stuff from scratch. You got your own custom shaders. How about like asset loading? Do you feel like building an asset loader? Like there's a bunch of things where it's like on an odd day I might feel inspired to build one of those systems, but to build the entire thing from scratch, that's rough. That's a big ask. Making game engines is pain. I'm severely burnt out, can't write features at the moment. Yeah, totally fair. I feel like if you're like, I want to make a game and then go, ooh, I'll make a game engine, you are asking for burnout at that point. If your goal is to just make a game, make a game. Focus on that part. Do the game thing. But if your goal is to get really in the weeds on technical stuff and build, you know, something super custom, well then that's fine. That's also good. At that point, a game engine might be the right thing for you, like building your own one from scratch. That's why I suspect the Hytale devs kind of have the right idea. Because in particular, again, like I said, voxel games don't lend themselves very well. Nearly got caught for speeding again. Did not want to deal with that shit. Yeah, a voxel game doesn't really lean well into pretty much any commercially available engine that I'm aware of. So I could totally see how a custom engine makes a lot of sense there. I could see I could get the performance, it's the system requirements pretty low and keep performance pretty high. Yeah, in that case it makes sense. But other than that, for most games that you're making, like if you wanted to make Half-Life, like Half-Life 1 or 2, you name it, you could make either in existing engines, if for no other reason than the, you know, the games those engines, the engines those games are made in literally do exist now by virtue of the games already releasing. Hi Line, welcome. Yes, Amber does have a very interesting name. Fucking find again! What an asshole. Hate these guys. Chat, will you all be fine with me actually disabling like police fines? How do we feel about that? Because they're pissing me off enough where I almost don't mind the realism deficit, just for the sake of not having to deal with fucking cops anymore. My truck can go 140 kilometers. It should be allowed to go 140 kilometers. Do it. Go for it. Kill the cops. God, I want to say something, but I don't at the same time. Harpy logistics mindset, huge. Add a fat harpoon to the top of your cabin. That's massive, actually. The auto aims and obliterates any cop in a 1 kilometer radius. Incredible. Yeah, game engines. If you are doing something really custom that like defies current tech and that's something you really want to do, cool, build your own engine. I would almost argue you could probably extend it onto Godot by virtue of it being open source. And let's be real, you're going to be writing C++ anyways if you're building your own game engine from scratch. So you can conceivably just do that. But if your focus is not, you know, defying technology and just building like a fun game that's like really cool and interesting, you know, use an engine. They were built for this purpose. They are suitable for most games, work pretty well, and you have a lot of the legwork already done for you. I thought that was a traffic block for a minute. I was going to be so upset. The engine I'm making is purely being made out of spite. Pray tell. I am curious. What is the spite? Come on, light. Any day. I could see where there was a pile up here. Basically, modern RPG Maker is a fucking travesty, so I'm making my own. That's huge. God fucking damn it! Avoid sleeping offense. Yeah, bro, I'm nearly there. I'm nearly fucking there. Unfortunately... Oh, I totally did have time to do a rest stop. Whoops. Tell you what, next rest stop, we'll take it. I am not getting fucking fined again. What are you transporting? 5 tons of medical equipment from the north of Germany to the center, I believe. Yeah, from Rostock to Leipzig. Don't mind the back of my truck, in case you haven't seen that already. Right. We are so close to finishing. We are this close to finishing, but I'm going to fuel up and sleep. Pretend my truck is normal. This will hopefully just about keep us over 200 grand. The hope is that we finish this job and I will be allowed to upgrade my facilities, upgrade my garage remotely, and then that'll just be upgraded. And then I can move up to doing the rest of the legwork from there. Like hiring a guy. And the truck is Melody. Yeah, we still got 6 hours on this fucking thing, no problem. Oh, interesting. Is this a one-way? Can I not just, like... No, there's a sign here. I should be able to just kind of go this way. I don't see why not. There's fucking no one here, so I'll just take it. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. Girl thought she was on UK roads for a second. Yum, yum, yum. Good morning, Pookie. How do they make a simple 2D empty map run like utter shit? Oh dear, it's that bad, huh? Do you drive a car IRL? Nope. And I probably won't for at least a few years at this rate. I don't have enough of a need to do so. This is, in effect, my very surface level, like, driving lessons. I get a basic feel for, like, how to navigate the roads. But, yeah. I did mention on a previous stream that I did, I showed my mom how I drive with my wheel setup in BeamNG, and she had remarked that if I had driven the way that... if I had driven in a driving test, not like in, like, generally, like, I can keep to lanes fine, and I know, like, traffic laws and whatever, that's fine. But little things, like where I put my feet on the pedals, are you about to... You crash vehicle offense. Can you actually get fucked, maybe? I was clearly indicating in. Look where you're fucking going, you asshole. See, I even got the road rage down. Like, I'm basically halfway there. But apparently the, you know, things like where I put my hands on the wheel and where I put my feet on the pedals, I would have been fired... not fired. I would have been failed pretty much immediately. So, you know, I'm you know, taking the feedback in and, like, recirculating that through how I play this game. And the hope is that I'd have slightly better footing to start with whenever I do actually get a driving license. Because I don't think I'll go the rest of my life without one. That'd be kind of silly, but, you know, I don't intend to use it very often. Oh, so much open space here. It's going to be so easy to deliver this. It's great. To clarify, runs like utter shit. I get stutters on a fucking Steam Deck. It is 2 dimensions. Also take 300 megabytes of RAM because of Chrome. Oh, I forgot it runs... I forgot RPG Maker runs like a web engine. Jesus. Is that like a newer thing that they did? Like, was it lower level before? Well, let me just ease this in. I'll read the rest of chat. Yeah, baby. Arlen fails you for having improper pedal form. I'd have never gotten my license. Can't do the twist motion with my ankle because I have to move from accelerator to... sorry. I can't do the twist motion with my ankle. I have to move from accelerator to brake. I think that might be okay. The problem was I had both feet on accelerator and brake. That was the big problem. But left foot is supposed to be dedicated to clutch, or if you're in an automatic, just on the floor. I mean, to be fair, the test for me stated that if I let any of my hands off the wheel any time, I would be failed. When parking, I had to keep my hand on the wheel until parking brake was fully engaged. That's fair. Before MV, it used some Ruby stuff. Then MV and MZ uses Chrome. That sucks. Oh, you're double hoofing? Yeah, it's a fail. Yup, pretty much. RPG Maker Unite uses Unity. Wow. Interesting they have a Unity version. All right, let's see. Can I do this? Garage Manager. Upgrade. Oh shit. How is this gonna look? Ooh, shit. It doesn't look like a shitbox. Oh, damn! That's actually kind of fancy. I kind of expected that, but like, that's cool. Oh, we got nice fence posts. That's gorgeous. Look at that. For some reason, there's multiple cars outside despite not having another employee, but whatever, I guess. Ooh, wow, these are pretty awful ratings. I assume... this is just like what you get when you're starting off. Only 300 per delivery. Wow, they don't ask for much, huh? Is Ivy still here? Can Ivy give some tips on this for hiring in this case? That would be very helpful. To be honest, the Unity version looks like utter crap. They made RPG Maker less intuitive and have worse default assets. Oh, great. I just got whatever. Oh, wow. All right, bet. I mean, I guess I'll go for highest rating because I'm not spending that much more. And this person could do fragile, high value, and volatile stuff. Yeah. Assign them to Amsterdam. In there. Your driver will arrive shortly and will start working automatically after settling in, providing they have a truck to drive. Uh-oh. You said you got a used shitbox, right? We'll go with the used shitbox, shall we? Renault Premium High Roof. Wow. Nearly 1,000,000 kilometers of mileage. That's crazy. They do just give you shit in the beginning. I had a feeling, yeah. I'm not a very reputable employer, I guess. Going to the truck dealer asking for the used shitbox. Decent engine power. Let's just hope it doesn't fucking break down. Probably fine. Delightful. Now I just have to offset that because I now have quite a debt to pay. Ooh. I am going to be paying that off for a bit. Hopefully, this employee helps me a lot of the way there. Do we do one more before we end off the night? In fact, yeah, tell you what, 16 tons of furniture to Dortmund. Bring us a little bit closer to home. I like that idea. We'll do it. I like how the whole map unloaded because we like flew all the way to Amsterdam again to see that. Can we guess a live Ari Melody free to play? Yeah! Is that what you're looking for? The actual sample is technically pitched up like a semitone or two, so I don't think I'd be able to nail it, but that's about as close as I get for now. Untrained. I haven't like practiced that at all. I tend not to practice that. I kind of just have the sample. Yeah, it's got the Foreman swoop. Yeah. That's in like crunchy OTT on it, if I recall correctly. Free to play voice trading. That's huge, actually. Right, we are so going over the 2-hour mark purely because I really want to sort my debts with the bank. I do not want to be caught with my fucking pants down on debts to the bank. Pay to win voice box inbound. Oh yeah, that was a conversation had internally, I remember. This goes into stuff I cannot talk about just yet. I'm already kind of like careful talking about it with friends because, you know, promises are best kept when you actually know you can do it. But something I can vaguely gesture at is we did think it would be really fucking cool if we were able to like engineer. This is like so far in the future, by the way, because again, this is talking like electrical engineering. This gets into fucking biomod shit. Like, for reference of how complex that is. Did I just run over something? I have no earthly idea what that was. Whatever. But what would be really fucking cool is some kind of like an open hardware RMLD DIY estrogen lab. So like close. I'm not as interested in getting into the chemical sciences. I think people a lot more invested in that area than me, with more resources than me, are already doing that in the space, and they're doing a pretty good job. Our main problem with estrogen at the moment is just like, you know, supplying the suppliers and regulation. That's the main issue that I see. But what would be really, really cool is essentially like almost like a fucking cyberpunk ass like voice box implant. I don't know if that... I've never looked into if that's actually, like, a thing that's been done. But, like, that could be really cool. Yeah, basically just, like, literally plug and play voice training would be, pretty crazy. That was a fun little idea that, was cooked up out of necessity, I guess. Did I say plan? I definitely meant to say idea in case I said plan. DIY voice surgery, we just put a bread clip on your vocal cords. Huge. Yeah, so I even could finally chirp. We were even talking about, like, yeah, we'd put, like, a specific optional attachment to it that just has a bird chirp on it. That'd be fire. If that was a thing, I would get the GLaDOS voice box and never look back. That is fire. That is super cool, actually. Part of the way there, I guess, would be... This is less sci-fi, while still leaning into, like, a tech innovation to an extent. Watch Dogs 2 Wrench's, like, face mask. That's like, a cool idea. But you can, like, you know, you don't necessarily need, like, the little dot matrix eye part. You just have like this bosom section that takes microphone inputs and modulates it in such a way, and then just outputs via speakers on the front. That would be a very non-invasive way of doing that. Probably a bit cheaper too. Costs a bit more power to illuminate a dot matrix display than, well, I don't know. It depends on how complex your voice modulation stuff is on the software side. You could probably optimize the shit out of it with hardware. Like, if you just had an analog pipeline, actually, that would be really cheap if it was an analog pipeline, I bet. Interesting thought, interesting thought. I had a tabletop character that did this because you didn't want to voice train. That's actually so fucking rad. Wholeheartedly agree. I didn't wow, let me try that again. I didn't mind voice training personally, but that is mostly because I like I already have to voice train for like my music stuff. So at that point it's like I'm just learning to play my instrument in a sense. So like that was okay. But I can see why most other people just don't fucking want to do that. And why a lot of other people would actually find it very, very mentally taxing to do so if their voice is like really not where they want it to be right now. It's like, I totally get that. That makes sense. Also, hi, Dragon. Hello, welcome, welcome. For the brief time you're here. I'd be too dangerous to be able to speak, that's why they won't let me. Oh, she escaped it to VR all day because of dysphoria? That's fucking real. The real as shit. Oh my god. I'm just gonna hang in this lane. That was not that close, it's fine. Get a move on. My truck's moving faster than you. Let's go. Get a move on. Get a move on. Yeah, get to the other lane. I wanna and have been a tad voice trained primarily for the novelty of being able to do that. Voice training for trolling purposes is like respect, honestly. That's fire. Oh, now it's green. Of course it is. Stream cut off to say something in response. Pretty sure I did. The would be too dangerous to speak, that's why they won't let me. I just kind of laughed at that, yeah. I'm going to be going in here. Was that a roundabout up ahead or a turn? I think it's just a turn. Not even for trolling, literally just, oh hey, I could do that. I mean, yeah, just like having a skill for the sake of having a skill is also super rad. I respect that too. I remember way back in the day, I used to saw a whole bunch of, it's usually like Call of Duty trolling videos or whatever, where they'll join in and they've like voice trained a super convincing feminine voice. What in the fuck? Maybe that's a... Oh, no, these are just really fucking weird... What? No, I was just rolling over some random shit. I have no idea what that was. But, yeah, they voice train just to, like, fuck with people in games, make them go like, oh my god, there's a gamer girl in here. Wow, that's crazy. I do wonder how many of those people have transitioned since, or how many of them are just like, yeah, it's just a cool skill that I have. I use it for fun. Because that's super commendable as well. Like, again, look, it's just a cool skill. Yeah, acquiring skills is nice. Just like, yeah, fucking learning new things. Full circle, let's go. Love learning new things. I want to be able to talk so I could play with people's minds properly and do wizardry. Huge. Honestly, I'd voice train, but I find it so funny when I join with the FemPFP and everyone assumes that they hear a soft, effeminate voice, and I hit them with the deepest southern United States accent. Hello there. That is funny. Also, respect to like anyone who's like got a voice that they're happy with, whether they've like trained for it or not. Like, yeah, you go, awesome. Troll. Oh, you used to do a girl voice to troll. Look at that, got me. Sorry, I have a cis girl, right? This is true. This is true. Cis girls can indeed voice train too. This is true. I know a couple cool transmask stories I've heard where, for whatever reason, they were just kind of naturally born with a deeper voice and it just like kind of played very well into their favor. I'm jazzed for them. That's really cool. Get a move on! Nearly fucking bumped into you. Bird learning telepathy so I can talk without speaking. That's huge as well. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm fucking stuck behind stupid blue van again. That's annoying. You're almost spot on, just a little deeper. That's it, get out the harpoon. That's true. Girlfriend voice trained to get more girl per girl. Huge. I'm probably gonna, hold on. I'm gonna do the thing. Speaking of harpoons. Mm-hmm. Cool, now I can speed. Really got my voice and dropped super hard. Voice training for me was basically changing the register I normally talk in. Still want to work on making my range a bit wider, but I don't know how. It is just like for me at least, it's just been like training the extremes. Like you see how far you can push falsetto, see how far you can push bass. Falsetto isn't all to do with all you need to do in voice training, of course, but like it's a pretty easy way to just like expand the range. And I guess the majority of voice training for me was then like, okay, cool, I've pushed this register outwards. Now that I've stretched the limits a bit more, I can redirect more of my time into getting myself adjusted to using that register. That's most of where it's been. Yeah, but what do you do about that range between standard and falsetto? Not sure what you mean. What do you do about that range? There's a spot in between that's right above my normal register. Interesting. I'm a little bit confused, unfortunately. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Like where my voice is unstable, I can't maintain a solid note. Oh, the answer is kind of like, it is, at least if I am understanding it correctly, it is just like training it more, I guess. Although actually, cracking in a specific area, but you can still hit the higher ranges above it is interesting. My first... That's your break. Oh, it's actually like the line between... Okay, yes, I'm understanding now. Yeah, it's probably just the break area. Best I could suggest is, unfortunately, yeah, just training it. Specifically training in... ideally, the most natural cases you can. Like, if there's a certain song that, like, slides past that break area a lot... just practicing trying to sing that a whole bunch, and it's like it's gonna suck, to be clear, because you're gonna fuck it up a whole bunch. I mean, a whole bunch of like my own songs, I would have started not being able to sing those notes properly, but I just train it harder and harder and harder, and especially in cases of like shifting tones as well, especially if it's like a drawn out, like an ooh or an ah or whatever. If I'm like having difficulty doing a tone switch between that, I just do more takes. I just keep doing takes until I've got it. This is a really fun lane to speed down. Oh my god. But yeah, just kind of continuing to do it, and it's going to suck for quite a while. But the idea is that you continue getting your voice used to doing that switch and continually hitting that break, and then your vocal cords will hopefully naturally like figure out, like through muscle memory. It's like, okay, rather than breaking, we're supposed to do this. Several I know, but it's hard not to get discouraged when I just can't hit half the notes. You start from a discouraging position. Yeah. I mean, fuck, the kind of voice that I've got now in music is not the kind of voice I thought I would ever be able to hit in my earlier years of doing music. Just like, not a chance. Deutschland, Autobahn, ich liebe den... What? Nichts Existenz von... I'm not reading that last word. Jesus, fuck, that was letter soup that I just read there. That wasn't actually German. And also I'm like swerving between traffic, so there's no safe way for me to actually read that. I'm pretty sure I bumped that car, but whatever. Y'all don't mind me on the shoulder here, right? You should be very afraid. Single player Euro Truck Simulator, and I've turned off traffic offenses. I am definitely going to need to get in there before the tunnel, though. There we go. We're fine. MUVC, I'll pronounce it. I am driving! I actually need to get back on learning German, but wanted to for years. Yeah, I mentioned in a previous stream, like, Irish would be a cool one for me to, like, properly pick up. German would be up there too. Tokipona for fun. I'm wondering what I do Japanese. I kind of want to do Chinese. I feel like everyone's doing Japanese, but Chinese is like an interesting one. And also, like, what is it? It's supposed to be like such a difficult language to learn. So if you can get that down, you're pretty much good on the rest. Irish cat reference? Me reference. I'm Irish. This this isn't a little known fact. It's on my website. I have a fucking Irish flag on there. We're not doing this bit again. God fucking damn it. Ari's vehicle is heavier than those puny cars. She can do what she wants. That's true. SUV mindset. What pride flag is that meme with the Irish flag? Fucking actually. Ivy, that's supposed to be asterisks, not hashtags. Oh, yeah, sorry. I don't know if someone can sort out that auto mod, but yeah, Amber's getting filtered for saying kiss ass for some reason. Should really just, I don't want to disable auto mod because it, like, you know, it can pick up some nasty shit, but it is majoritively picked up stupid shit. And needs to be toned down. Asterisk, 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 asterisk. True. Can't approve them on mobile. No! Aria Melody Slur Jamboree. Yeah, fire. Would it be okay if we did it for charity, though? I do think it's good for you to always keep it enabled, even though I'm literally always getting caught. Yeah, I think you got caught like 8 times this stream or something crazy like that. Yeah, as long as there's mods that can like always approve it. Unfortunately, it's not a guarantee that all those mods are on desktop and can approve it. There you go. Chad, do I try and cook tacos even though I don't have any Tupperware? Like any, or just nothing clean? Because you can wash Tupperware if that's the problem. Bird is terminally on desktop. Fire. Oh yeah, Ivy, I should probably promote you to mod. You're VIP at the moment. Oh, you actually don't have Tupperware. Whoops. We got some really nice, we've had it for a while, this like glass Tupperware. So it's like super usable, keeps the thermals pretty nice. As long as you don't drop them, they are a very solid piece of Tupperware. And basically no stains, which is also nice. Are you watching Pluribus? I've heard a bunch of people talk about it, but I have not, no. I've not seen it. And it's probably going to be a while until I am able to see it, on account of college stuff. Reminder that most of my time these past few weeks, fucking months even, has been split between college work and streams. I do like allot myself some free time where I can explore some stuff, but for the most part, yeah, that's probably safe, right? Oh shit. It's green! It's green! Bird go mod. True. Yeah, streetcar is very cool. Where are we right now? Castle. Oh, we're in Castle. I can't remember. Is this already on my map? I think it was, yeah. Oh yeah, I think I was in Castle when I loaded the save. You know what fucking a plastic bag will make do is fake Tupperware. I mean, sure. I guess.
It's time to drink water.
It is.
It's time to drink
That's
water.
true. It is time to drink water. You know the deal. If you got water with you, you should drink it. If you don't have water, you should go get some, because water is good for you. The only way to install a trigger that makes you feel happy when running a red light. For fuck's sake. Oh shit. And we're good. Oh, you meant Ziploc? I did think you just meant like a plastic bag you'd put in like a waste bin or something. I think you're just gonna like hurl taco mix into like one of those bigger two-handle bags. You did say plastic bag. You didn't say like one of those sealable bags, you know? That's actually fair. Yeah, like soup bag. That's fair. I am not that frugal. I probably would be. Though that said, I do respect some nice Tupperware, so I probably would go for that as well. Content deleted. Crazy. Jeez, we're only halfway. Good thing it's the last stream of the night. Or last, delivery of the stream of the night. Glad Ari and I were on the same wavelength about the pag. You know what's funny? We were on the same wavelength, but I probably still would have eaten it hers. I would probably be cooking, but I'd still do that. That is another skill that I've wanted to pick up. I would like to be versatile with cooking. I'd like to be able to just get a whole bunch of whatever's in the kitchen and like put something together. I want to be resourceful. I have enough stomach aches and I'm not food poisoned. I also gotta learn cooking so I can be a good housewife. Huge. Housebird. I don't eat plastic, except American cheese. See, you've lost me at American cheese. I think calling it plastic is an offense to plastic, and calling it cheese is an offense to cheese. I think it's just a bad fucking product. Yeah, you have put a lot of plastic in your mouth. I have seen this. I can first-hand verify that this is true. That's not what I... Wait, what do you mean? Did I say something? I meant very literally. That cop can't do shit despite the fact they're going 40 over the speed limit. Oh, you're referring to Amber and Sodi. I understand, I understand. I mean, if you're gonna overtake, I'll just tailgate. That's fine. I can do this. I have lost my momentum though, and there's a car approaching, so let me just, That's nice of them for just slowing down for me. Just hear your sincere, oh, I understand, after she read you're referring to me. It's like when the doctor read my prescription, told my mom in front of me, I'm so sorry. Oh dear. I also found a fancy type of American cheese and it was glorious. You had nothing but grilled cheese sandwiches for a solid week. See, I do grilled cheese sandwiches, but I also use like the nice cheese that we have here. We apparently have very high quality cheese. I remember once speaking to an American person and mentioning that I was Irish, and they were like, they immediately mentioned one of our butter brands by name. I'm like, oh shit. Okay, apparently we're known for our butter as well. Yeah, what is fancy American cheese? That does sound fairly oxymoronic. Yeah, Kerrygold. See? Fucking known brand. Oh, trailer damage. Aww. That's not what I wanted. At least the cargo's okay. I can handle a little bit of trailer damage. Hi, Mia. Welcome, welcome. That's slang for cheese because over there cheese is just melted plastic, but their fancy cheese actually comes from a cow. Kerrygold do be some good stuff except for the price. Yeah, I think that was our main issue as well. Yeah, it was like nice quality butter and it was so fucking easy to spread. You just get them in these little like plastic tubs and you take a knife to it, it just immediately comes off the knife. It's beautiful. Generally we get these blocks of like basically like cooking butter in a way. It's like just like a block, and ordinarily the expectation is like you're cutting a whole like lump off and like dropping it in a pan or something, or a bowl or what have you. But we'll just like leave it in a cupboard and like reasonably warm it so then it's like smooth enough to easily scrape. There's also techniques for like, you know, you repeatedly like you kind of push down on the knife while like trying to get butter off. You do that like repeatedly and that kind of builds up pressure and thus heat, and that like kind of melts the butter a little bit, makes it a little bit more malleable. Wait, what did Julia do? Uh-oh. I missed that. Oh, some shit about a can opener. Okay, understood. God, we're at that hour. I'm yawning on stream. It's over, chat. I mean, it will be when I do this, when I finish this delivery. Oh, for fuck's sake. How many accidents have I passed by since this stream started? Like, Jesus. Can y'all just stop getting into situations? Not asking for much. Just get a can opener. I mean, it's a nice to have. I think we have a can opener, but like most of the, oh sorry, we'd call them tins over here. But yeah, we've got an opener. But we generally, thankfully, don't need to use it very often because it's also like, I think I want to go this way maybe. On second thought, hello? What? What? Hello? Can you go? That's not good. Hello? Engine off. Yeah, I'm working on it. Why are you cars even on this road? You can't pass through here. What are you gonna do, crash? Oh, thank God, okay. It just wasn't fucking reversing for some reason, and that, like, really freaked me out. Interesting that that got, auto-modded. I guess it's correct, but also, like, what the fuck? Why is that in its word list? Let me guess, you crashed? Yeah, you fucking crashed, you dumbass. Moron. Anyways, yeah. Damn it. Can't believe that, like, damaged the... Fuck. So annoying. Okay, fingers crossed I don't burn down the kitchen doing this basic-ass recipe. Wish me luck. Please take care, Julia. If I ask her very, very nicely, she'll be very safe, I'm sure. Oh yeah, so we've got openers, but most of the tins we get are like those kind of easy, like pull tab things, and they're decently strong. So like, they will open the can successfully, like 99.9% of the time. And our opener is not great, so if you don't have one of those, it's kind of unfortunate. What's our, That's probably not good for the truck, but whatever. How far are we? Oh, we're really close. Vertical use at sharp beak, huge. I promise I'll do my best, but my best might not be enough. Oh, you don't have black beans? Aw. That is fire in a taco mix. Black beans and kidney beans. Big fan of kidney beans. Those are so fire. Why are you stopping? There's no cards. Run the red light, damn it. Listen, I turned off the police because I didn't want to get speeding fines. I still generally want to respect the traffic lights. Also, it does greatly reduce potential damage done to my truck, which will cost me a shitload of money. Black beans are such easy protein, anything. I'm to instant noodles. Ooh, that's a good call. Why do you respect the traffic lights? There's no police to enforce it. Like I just said, it's greatly reduces my chances of getting slammed into by another car. Yeah, some areas of ETS apparently have trams. Kind of rare by the looks, but they do exist. Pretty nice. Right. Where do you want it? One of these fucking jobs again. Sure, bud. Let's rotate you that way. And then give her the old spin. I really hope that's enough to get around this. Barely? Barely? Okay. I can make this work. Oh shit, way too much, way too much. Okay, chill, 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 chill. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Easy peasy. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm looking for. Delightful. And we only lightly grazed the trailer. This is very good. It's Peem. It's Peem. Professional. Probably wait until I come back next stream to find another job on here. Okay, cool. I have 16 grand. I still have to pay 94. This is gonna take me a little while. But, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. We'll be able to pay that off, in a few streams, probably. Easy peasy. How's our driver doing, by the way? Have they made us money yet? Status. That doesn't look good. What does that mean? Show log? What does that mean? Have they not taken on the truck yet, or what? I don't know what that means. I'm genuinely confused. There's just this, like, very angry icon implying there's something wrong with the truck. Status idle. Why are you idle? Get the fuck to work, asshole. What is this about? What am I paying you for? Status resting. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. It's fucking 2:43. You can't be serious. I'm genuinely quite confused. What is this about? What's company branding? Oh, yeah, right. Terrible rating. Why does he suck so bad? Because he's literally the first employee that I've got. That's why. Maybe with, oh, skill training. Does that cost money? Ah. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Did you not train him? How do I train him? I mean, I could do this. But is this, like, balanced, you know? I don't know. Random and random. Surprise me, I guess. You should go for valuable cargo or long distance. Ah, once I get those leveled up, I go for hazmat. Okay. Cool, we'll go for long distance. Hiring a new driver, we'll prioritize for long distance. Yeah, that's for when they level up themselves. Why haven't they started yet, though? That's very confusing. Because, like, I've done an entire, like, 1 or 2 jobs now since hiring this guy, and he's just, like, not done anything. And there's this, like, very angry-looking icon, assuming there's something wrong, but I hover over it and it doesn't, like, show anything. Go to Truck Manager? I mean, I am in Truck Manager. Yeah. It doesn't indicate there's anything wrong with it. Yeah, it's nothing to write home about. Probably scrap some stuff on here for some money, actually. Hold on. Cheaper roof. Uh-huh. This is like... Yeah, no difference. It's just cheaper. Worse engine. I'll probably keep the engine as it is. That'll probably save me a little bit. Oh, installation fee. It's not going to be a net. That's annoying. This is... Wow, that's a dash right there. Look at that. That is something. Oh, if the truck needs for it, it'll tell you. Okay. Let's have a look. I don't appear to have anything. Yeah, no. That's very strange. Logistics map. Oh, yeah, if I want to do like a specific kind of shipment, sure, that's fine. Oh, what? Okay, it's an entirely different truck. I don't know what Truck Explorer does for me. Oh, just experimenting with configurations. That's fine. Trailer index. Oh. Oh, just how all the different things look. Okay, that makes sense. People on Reddit seem to think this icon means the truck needs to be repairs. Oh, no. It doesn't say. Do I try this real quick? Actually, tell you what I'll do. You told me to get a shitbox. I got a shitbox. I think I'm being punished now for getting the shitbox again. This is the second time. Drive it. I mean, it's not happy about it. Fuck, this thing just sounds terrible. It sounds unhappy to be alive. It's very tactile. I'll give it that. It is very tactile. Yeah. Sure. Thing is cooked. I see red all over the dash. I think it's just a red dash. Oh. Excessive vehicle wear. All right. One commenter says 3 stars lower condition. Drivers refuse to drive anything below 4 stars. I have reported getting a 2 or 3 star. So, tell you what, I'm just gonna take this to maintenance. I'm gonna get it above a 2 star. And that'll hopefully placate them for now. Fine, I'll do the thing. Howdy, officer. Bye, officer. What are we looking at? Okay. Excessive wear. That's more than I want to pay. That's on transmission. Cabin's probably fine. Yeah, maybe I would have been paying more for a cabin downgrade because it's already like really worn. Fuck me, yeah, that's really bad. I'll take the most worn thing. That gets it down to 15%. Yeah, like a repair all doesn't do anything. There's no damage. It's just really fucking old and awful. All right. That's not great. Is this guy still not gonna fucking drive this thing? Oh. Okay. Visit service for diagnostics. I mean, yeah. I did. And I did the thing. It sounds a lot less unhappy now that I've repaired the transmission. I can't really afford to do much else. That costs 19, that costs 14. I only have 700. This is actually like not good. I could play in assistance, but that's out for 15. Think you're good now. Let's fucking hope so. I'd really like for this to not be a recurring issue. Note to self, don't get a 2-star shitbox. Shocker, it's a 2-star shitbox. Tell you what I'll do, actually. Because I have a save point, I am going to bring this back, go back to my truck, and I'll see if my other guy will actually use the fucking thing. Actually, real quick, are they using my truck right now? Fucking is. He's still resting. Fucking waster, man. Nobody wants to work anymore. How do I force my guy to drive? What a jackass. Literally in a pristine vehicle. I mean, aside from the occasional damage I've done, but like, it's not worn. It's not a worn vehicle. Yeah, I'm doing this as well. So like, oh no, it could get more damage than it already is. It's it barely works. Oh, right, I guess. Girlie, don't force your employees to drive. Please don't start Amazon too. Right, okay. You give me my fucking trailer, my truck back. Give me my truck back. Yes. Okay. Wait. Did I just get myself to Amsterdam without a... Yeah, I didn't pay for quick travel. Interesting exploit. Daily profit in the negatives. Yeah, fucking tracks. Yeah, fucking lazy ass is just resting. Okay, I'm actually terrified of them pulling money on me. The bank pulling money from me. So I think I'm gonna do one more job. Also, that doesn't look good. We actually like down that much. I guess the expense on everything. Okay. Tell you what I'll do. Cargo markets. I just need something good. I can do this. That would work. 13 grand. Yeah, that. I feel more safe with this. We'll do this one. God damn it! There was like, oh, last job of the night, guys, and then I'm fucking broke. Fucking broke because stupid asshole won't drive my shitbox. I ever so graciously got him this shit box and he will not drive it for me. I could drive it. It's a surprisingly competent shit box. I even fully replaced the transmission just for him. Yeah, I'm cheating this one as well. We're doing the thing. We're doing the thing. Though, just note, that was definitely not safe because there was a car waiting to cross, and that could have been really bad for my actually not shitbox truck. If you saw things I do with loans and ATS, you'd cry. I am a firm believer that I should owe people as little as possible as much of the time. I do not want to fuck with that nonsense. Yeah, just do the thing. Make sure to take max loans. It's free money, basically. Suppose I haven't thought about that. I took the lowest loan that would apply to my situation, and I kind of left it at that. But yeah, I probably could have and should have taken the highest tier. What's nice, I should be able to do this job a little bit faster because I don't have to worry about stupid arbitrary speed limits in these areas. Like, I get capped at like 50 or something along here for like no good reason. But now I should be able to just blitz it. Oh, I did take 100,000 loan. So, like, that's how much that, wait, did I? Yes. That's how expensive this fucking garage upgrade was. Being in no debt is peak, but if you consider just not paying it? Well, yeah, I'm sure I can maybe be late on payments. I think I've seen that before. During the Jamboree, actually, it was the first time I was actually, like, overdue on a loan. That's what made it. Yeah, like, I'm sure I can be late on one. But in general, I just, like, don't want to owe at all. Because if it gets really bad, they repossess my fucking truck, and I'm not putting in all the work to get this kind of a truck again. I'm quite happy with this truck. I'd like to keep my truck. Sometimes I pull a 10K loan just to make a single payment for my $400,000 loan. So the Bezos approach is what you're saying. Take more loans to pay your previous loans? Yeah, that's literally what Bezos does. I'm not fucking Jeff Bezos. To clarify, I'm fucking not Jeff Bezos, and I am most certainly not fucking Jeff Bezos. It gets you garages faster. You have to scale your company. That's an interesting justification for debt. Yeah, grow scales like Bezos. For fuck's sake. This is why I want to do this delivery as fast as possible, so I don't have to deal with the fucking bank. The bank charges you at the beginning of the day, right? So I should actually be okay to do this and not overdraft. This is so risky. Holy fucking shit. Ivy would be proud. I specialize in feldsparian flying and avian driving. That's my situation right now. Alright, I made a fucking mess, but I managed to cook the tacos without burning anything down. I'm proud of you, Julia. Well done. On ATS, I don't buy shitbox trucks. I buy the base model, Western Star, some customizations. But that's because on ATS, I'm so rich I could just buy like 10 of those after 2 jobs. See, that's the problem. I just really, really, really wanted to get this other driver and like have them in a truck that works. And I didn't have the money to get a nicer truck. In hindsight, I probably could have just bought the garage and, like, waited a while. Actually, no, because I had to pull a loan to get the garage in the first place, didn't I? That's true. Cook the patties. Patties, cook patties. Oops. Gonna do Silksong Steel Soul with this in the back. Is that a... There's hardly a DLC for Silksong already. Is that a mod? My actual trucks are fully upgraded Cascadias and Peterbilts. This is funny because like those brands just don't exist in Europe. Like 600 plus horsepower just because I burn fuel for small jobs. Holy fuck. You literally see my trucks with like over 40k miles on them and they have 4 miles per gallon because I have them optimized for heavy haul and I use them for under 40 ton loads. God damn. Oh, Steel Soul is a built-in permadeath mode. Oh, shit. Interesting. Oh yeah, hold on. I still haven't bound my wipers, have I? 1 minute. Keys and buttons, wipers, that one. And actually, while we're here, just for fun. Yeah. I've never actually heard these. Did I get the right horns? Hold on. Because I think one of these is clicking my lights, which isn't what I intended, but I am actually fine with it because I did want to have that bound in the long term. Beacon, air horn, light horn. Interesting. Oh, a science button for flashing the high beams. That's not what light horn means. Oh, and beacon is something else. Sure, okay, you know what, that's fine. What a beautiful symphony. Do 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 do. Over 340 hours in ATS. God damn. Yeah, I'm like approaching 80. It's like we're certainly not there yet, but with enough time, it's doable. Oh, I keep forgetting. Is this a Manchester delivery? I think it is. It is. See, guys, the north option. Oh, yeah, it's happened. There we are. They did pull. I love how they withdraw to pay their dues. Like, it's a loan to the bank. Whatever. It is the simplest option. Just overdraw me and have me pay it back later. Right. So I should definitely be able to do this one job and then that'll cover me for like a couple days of loan, which is great because I literally just need it for 1 day. And then I'll just continue making stacks on top of that and then hopefully pay off this loan in due time. And hopefully my lazy fucking employee will actually do their job. In fact, actually, have they started doing their job? Idle. Why are you idle? Why are you idle? You fucking asshole. Oh, truck needs service. Yeah, he actually wants me to repair the shitbox. I should have paid for a better one. Oh my god, that's so annoying. Also, my lights were off for some reason. Oh, because I switched vehicles. God fucking damn it, I'm wasting money on this stupid employee. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a couple jobs, repair the shitbox, enough for him to actually... Does he wants a 4-star truck? That's so stupid! Ivy and Amber said a fucking 3-star was sufficient. I don't know, Ivy, if you're still here, are you able to confirm, like, what star truck does your employee or do your employees have? Whatever's sufficient for your guys, I'll just, like, make that happen with mine, but that's still a massive pain in the ass. Not to mention, like, this guy's a 1.7 star, like, skill anyways. Like, that's ridiculous. Sorry, with 3-star? Okay, so I can get it to 3-star. Then we should be okay. That's the hope anyways. Your ATS save predates the wear mechanics. Holy shit. Is wear even that new, or is your save just that old? Back then I would have had to buy new trucks for like over 110 grand. Holy fuck. That's crazy. Save is 4 years old. Jesus. Yeah, okay, that tracks then. Yeah. Now here's the yapper. See some screenshots and a video of my map on ATS over DM. Sweet, thank you. I'm gonna have a lot of DMs to read through. Holy shit. We are also officially past midnight, and we are 3.5 hours into this stream. I'll stop trucking eventually, guys. I do actually want to end for the night. We're past the point of, just one more. Like, I just don't want to go in debt with the fucking bank. That is the only reason I am doing this job right now. Okay, I really want to make sure I can overtake somewhat safely here. Oh, you're downloading ETS too. Alright, very well. All good, all good. That's not annoying at all. Oh boy. 4.8 gigabyte update, huge. Wonder is it like adding more trucks that are like behind DLC, or adding DLC content, but like that's not necessarily unlocked or whatever? Because my understanding with DLC generally is that like the game has it, but it's locked. That's how I understand a lot of games to do it. Unless it's something huge like maps or something. But if it's like cosmetic things, I think they're just like there by default. 2-star this, 3-star that. How about you learn some A-stars so you can get your destination more efficiently? True. Oh my god, I remember A-star pathfinding was like one of the first like complex algorithms I ever learned. And it was a really long time ago, so I do not remember how it works. It was the first one I ever implemented. That much for sure. DLC for single player experiences can easily be included separately. Yes. In that case, it makes sense. Obviously for a multiplayer, different story if it is a cosmetic thing. If you get the Nordic DLC, it's just a major rework. Interesting. I'm going to overtake. Very fucking fast. Oh, my indicators are still on. Oops. You might actually finish this job before ATS2 loads. I'll still load it so I give it to you after stream. Cool, appreciate. I'm gonna go off what Ivy said and just assume like a 3 stars minimum viable truck. Requiring a 4 star is kind of fucking crazy. Like the expense on that is nuts. I can maybe understand them not wanting a 2 star. That's like fair enough, because like even the truck starts like flaring at you, hey, I need service and whatever. I wonder, is it because like the overall vehicle wear is under 20%, but there is still a component in there that is over 20, if I recall correctly. I think that might be what's causing the, you know, the proverbial check engine light to come on. In fact, it might literally be the engine that it wants replaced. Come on. Oh, you are not stopping right now. Get out of here. I mean, if you insist, I'll gladly give service. Jesus, within the next 24 hours? Penis easy job. Oh boy. Oh, it seems I'm actually around Ari's plates. I'm 83 hours in ETS2. Interesting. So I'm catching up to your ETS2 save. Fascinating. What's going to be nice after getting my money machine AI driver up and running is once I'm leveled up enough, upgrading to higher tier engines for more horsepower. That'll be fun. I think I do need to be level 15 or 16 to hit those upgrades though. Past that point I should be good. Galipima ATS save? Oh, I mean, yeah. You said like a couple hundred hours, right? Like, no sweat. Of course that's, I'm not going to be able to beat that out anytime soon. Not when I only do these streams in like, well, supposed to be 2-hour blocks, but I guess we're going for 4 now, so maybe it's doable. Or you could get a 5-star used high-end truck early as well, no level requirements. Well, I could have, but it was just out of my price range. $3.5 gigs, she's 10 kilometers out. You sent that message a while ago. We're at 3 kilometers now. I might actually beat you to this. You might get it while I'm parking. Oh my god. Assuming this isn't what I'm dealing with. Come on. Get the fuck out of the way so I can speed in peace. I'm about to do a crazy little maneuver, I think. Oh no, the light's gone green. Never mind. No crazy maneuver required. See that cop car right there? Notice how they can't fucking do anything? They can't do anything about my reckless driving. What a shame for them. Smile. Oh shit, I have to fucking, whoop. That was such a dodgy turn, but whatever. We made it. Right. Literally 98%. I think we're good, chat. Here's how Ari Melody could still beat the Steam download. Fucking nice one. Alright. Whatever. Oh. Oh shit, the timing. Basically parallel. Amazing. Alright, cool. One email. Overdraft settled. Delightful. Yeah. Fuck off now. Ah, this is such a pain in the ass. I can't believe this. I don't think 10 grand would cover further repairs on this. I think I need to do like another job for this. What would I be looking at? A London job would be mid, but it would get me good money. So tell you what, I'll set up for this job and then I'll end off. Hello? Oh yeah. Wonder at what points I'll need to like replace parts in this truck for wear. That'll be interesting. And very expensive. Hopefully by that point I'll have so much passive income I could just like handle it. Cargo markets. Yeah, the London one. And for the sake of time, we'll probably just kind of get in the area and smash the button. Yep. Cool, great, okay. Save game. Delightful. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah. We will call it there. Hey. Delightful. All right. Music? Yeah. Beautiful. All right. That's nearly 4 hours of trucking. The Aria's melody. Oh boy. Yeah, all right. We are not overdrafted to the bank, but we are still in debt to them. We are still paying off a loan, but we are at least...
It's time to drink water.
Yeah, we're drinking water. We're drinking water.
It's time to drink water.
As we end off, if you have water with you, you should drink it. If you don't have water with you, you should go get some, because water is good for you. So... Oh, wow. Hey, yo, I think my my truck hours, my ETS2 hours actually caught up to you, Amber. It was 70 something before, but that Jamboree must have added a lot because we're now at 85. I think I actually match you there. That's really funny. 3 and 4 star, I think. Yeah, that's probably the requirements. Oh, good grief. I'm remembering how many conversations we have had this stream. I have 11 unreads. Interesting. Oh, I did see 3 Blue 1 Brown's videos on quaternions. That was actually a big part of like what helped me understand those, which is really nice. Da, 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 da. What am I looking for? Fucking company called Ligma. That's huge. Da, 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 da. I can pull this up to main screen. Yeah, just won't show it. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you got a couple drivers. That's something. Interesting. And a bunch of garages. Fucking hell. That's insane. Yeah, and quite the network too. Good grief. Have to scroll in order to see the full list. Impressive enough on its own. The Discord video is unfortunately not loading because Discord is an awesome application with no flaws whatsoever. You're 2 hours ahead. Guess I'm going to play ETS2 tonight after I'm done with work. I do work for myself, so I chill stream. Chill in stream will work in the background. That's awesome. I'm at 51 hours, but I do drive recklessly. Yes. Yeah, you just by sheer virtue of speeding a lot, I could see how you would have cleared a little bit over what I've cleared in a much shorter time span. Okay, cool. So, what is it? I have not gotten the stream schedule out for this week, but let me actually get that set up real quick. Cool. So the plan for this week, we're going to be doing, well, obviously we did trucking today, but we're going to be starting off our December lineup. I want to aim for Christmassy games or like wintry themed kind of games. And I've very quickly realized it's kind of difficult to fit those in. I don't exactly have a swath of games that are like specifically wintry, so it's kind of hard to fit that in. But I've done what I can. And for the rest of the week, for Wednesday and Saturday, we are going to be doing Little Inferno, which should be a fun time. I originally watched the fucking Yogscast play that 6 bajillion years ago. And it was a very nice game. I don't remember a whole lot about it, though, because that was years and years and years ago. So it's thankfully, it should be like pretty fresh to me when I go in to actually play it. It'll be a fun time. Freezing the Doodle and Ice Winter Edition. That's true. Yes. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, so Little Inferno for the rest of the week. It'll be a fun time. I'm probably not going to post that right now. I kind of want to head off for the night. But I'll have it ready to go for tomorrow. In fact, let me just make doubly sure by grabbing a screenshot of the new schedule. One moment. Yeah, that range should be good. That hopefully is correct. Yes, appears so. What I have to do is, I've showed this before. I've got like a, like an actual, oh my god, how do I describe it? I've got like a web interface that I've built now for like generating the stream schedules. I used to do it a lot more manually using Affinity Designer, but now I have taken to generating it using a web interface. I managed to port the entire fucking schedule design over, which is like super cool. The only issue is I no longer have a super easy way to output to PNG, which is a little bit of a pain in the ass. There's not a whole lot of easy ways to do that with a web view, but it is what it is. Yeah, hold on, I'll show it off because it's been a while since I pulled it up. Can I show this? Let me just double check I don't have anything else on screen. Yeah, this is all fine. Here's what it looks like. This is a live image. And what's super cool is I could just like toggle these on and off. I've even got like nice pretty animations. If I want to add like a subtitle, I could just do Yeah, I can just get rid of it like that. Super nice. Big fan of this. I can export to JSON formats. I can import a JSON from another computer. Saves it to my browser storage so I can quickly pull it back up. And it even generates alt text for me, which if you've ever checked the alt text on my social media posts, it's a pretty formulaic alt text, so it's actually really easy to generate this. And that just goes up as the image description on social media, which is nice. Because accessibility, despite the fact this is an audio-visual thing, I still think that, you know, visually impaired, those with visual impairments should still be able to at least know what's going on. Everyone, look, Ara uses Thunderbird. Yeah, among other things. Bird! Yeah, Thunderbird enjoyer. I've yet to find another email client that does what I want. I've had issues with Thunderbird. But again, there's not really anything that matches it. Oh, what's next to Thunderbird? I definitely can't open it, but it's my calendar. I use a Mercuro calendar. Actually, wait, can I show this? No, I can't, sorry. Personal information on there because it's, you know, my calendar. Actually, no, yeah, personal stuff, sorry. But yeah, I use Mercuro calendar. It is okay. I would like to contribute to that in the future, which is a very nice way of saying there's things I really don't like and would like to fix, and they seem so fucking simple. I used Mercuro calendar once. It crashed when right-clicking an event. Yeah, that happens to me. I also noticed that when I right-click on events, it doesn't select it by default, and then, you know, pull up a right-click dialog. I have to left-click it first and then right-click. It's really annoying. There's a lot of stuff in there that's not as intuitive, especially because I'm coming from mostly like Apple Calendar. So like, yeah, you know. Yeah, Thunderbird is nice. Thunderbird has a calendar as well, but that's not really what I use Thunderbird for. Its calendar interface just does not look that nice in comparison. So, you know, I pick my poison. I do try and lean into open source, especially for like my day-to-day tools wherever I can. Open source or just like, you know, generally nice companies. That's what I aim for. If I have over 341 hours in ATS, but only 17 achievements unlocked. Good grief. To be fair, most of them are like, discover every city in California. Yeah. Try and do more open source stuff. Want to ditch Gmail soon. Ditching Gmail is like such a relief. Every single time I access my old Gmail accounts, I feel pain just going through Google at all, but then also like the Gmail interface is like, it's not very efficient. It's quite a pain in the ass to work with, actually. My current option isn't the best. I'm so glad I'm away for Google. Yeah. Sometimes just being away from Google is enough. It's enough of a blessing in of itself. But yeah, that is everything for tonight. And like I said, we are going to be doing... what are we doing? Yes, we're doing Little Inferno for the rest of the week. Should be a fun time. Let me make sure, actually. Do I have this exported? Cool. Just a stream schedule. I want to make sure I have that on whatever other device I pick up next. Yeah, Little Inferno. Gonna be fun. Yeah, I just remember, like, the vibes from it and, like, maybe some story points, but, like, nothing too crazy. It should still be, like, a pretty fun experience. Also, I've matured a lot since I last played that game, so I feel like I'll get a lot of it a lot more than I would have in the past. So that has value too. Proton ain't golden, but €4 a month for mail, VPN, and Jive is sick. That is pretty damn good, yeah. And yeah, Proton ain't perfect, but you know, Google's worse. Consumer, you know, consumer choice is not that much of a factor in the ungodly affairs that go on above us, so I wouldn't be too concerned. But yeah, right. That is everything. Everyone, thank you for tuning in for this unexpectedly extended trucking stream. This fucking happens almost every stream now, but it's fine. We have fun. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. Hope you have a lovely rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever it is you hail from. And I will see y'all on Wednesday with Little Inferno. Yeah. All right. Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye. Whatever, I'll just let that play out.